And we're back. That's right, y'all. We back. Sorry about yesterday. And this whole week's going to be a little wonky with streams, just as a heads up. My mother's going in for a foot surgery. And I have to be son on the spot with some of the care when she gets out of the hospital. And all of that. So just trying to make sure that I'm available. So I'm going to stream a little bit tonight. I'm going to only stream for maybe 2-3 hours max. Because I got to wake up bright and early. Hold on. Here's the dog. Oh, let her come on in.
Dude, my dump came out smelling like...
We're live. It came out smelling like
Oh,
what?
excuse me. My dump came out smelling like chicken.
What do we have for lunch?
McDonald's. Oh, for lunch?
We had In-N-Out burger.
What
Kinda-
about dinner?
That was kind of like an early dinner. You're right.
We had spaghetti and we had In-N-Out.
You're right.
However, last night for McDonald's, I had chicky sandwich and some chicken nuggets that I coated in their fucking butter. So I think that's what happens when you do that.
So for people wondering, we went to McDonald's, and in her infinite wisdom, she decided to order 4 packs of butter.
But they only gave me 3.
And they only gave her 3. And she used that butter.
Don't chew on that. No.
And she's chewing on your shoe.
That's my childhood shoe. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
And what ended up happening was she took the butter and like slathered the fries in the butter, but the McDonald's butter, as well as one of the chicken nuggets.
You tried some of the butter fries.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna die right then and there.
You know it was good. The butter chicken nuggets not as good, but the butter fries.
Butter fries were something else. They were very interesting.
I must kill you.
You lather the fries in butter, and then you get like Old Bay to put on. So.
Yeah, something. That would have been.
That's got to be insane.
It does.
That's what I told Father.
Please, hello.
I must be
You really
a fool
wanted
to
to
have
come up,
followed
huh?
his orders.
You saw her running before I even fucking.
Anyone
flew
else
open the
would set
door.
a trap to kill me before I
Want to
could
leave her in
kill
here for a
them.
little while? Let her relax
Well,
on
the
the bed.
moment I walk outside, she's gonna follow me. But
You can shut the door.
He didn't choose this place
I'll
to
play with
lure
her
me
pool
into a
toy.
trap. There must be some other reason.
Well, she's gonna lose that one too.
This will be the last time I put up with Father's
Well, maybe give her
schemes.
that while she's in here. That's a good idea. That way,
It's
but don't
time
give
to
it to her while
see
the
what
door's
he
open.
has
She'll
in
run and take it
store for
outside.
me.
probably hidden under the bush or something.
Yeah, I'll have to go looking for it in the daylight. I'm not gonna look at it in the dark. That's just a fool's errand.
Fucking hell. If she stays in here, you gotta turn on the lights. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm going to. It actually kicks on to a lower amount to the cooling in
Why the
20
fuck?
minutes.
Dude, especially, I thought heat was supposed to rise. Dude, put your face toward the ground.
It feels about the same, right?
Hotter down there. Especially getting panty.
You know what? She's from Fresno. She's been around hotter.
No, she paints all the time, dude. She was painting when we met Coco.
Well, that's true.
You know what would be funny? If your mom keeps the name Coco, and then Scotty has Princess and the Frog Dog. Those are both like Disney movies, right?
I think so.
And also Coco is a form of food.
Yeah. Hey, Argyle.
Do they make
Argyle.
dessert elote?
What?
Do they make dessert elote? Elote? Street corn?
Do they make that?
Yeah, where they put cocoa powder on instead of
Yeah, they do that at Alfredo's. When it's in season. It has to be in season.
Well, there you go. That's what they're little. That's what they are. They're dessert elote.
Our little doggy is doing so great. She's such a treasure.
You gotta post that fucking clip of her playing with this on the Discord.
Yeah, that's true. If you become a member at the YouTube channel, you get access There's 2 tiers. I think one of them gives you access to the Discord. I think that's the $2.99 a month tier. And then there's a $1 a month tier that is there. It's just, you know, it lets you get involved. It lets you it gives you access to private posts that I'm doing with regards to updates and all that stuff for the channel. And I'm gonna start putting all my polls for members only, that kind of stuff down the road. Not right now, not yet, but so, you know, just fun little things down the road, because all the money that goes into the channel, I've always used it for the channel. And people have asked about cameras, and we're just using some cheapo webcams, really. And so that is a realm of discussion at this point, is to get some better webcams and more microphones and a soundboard interface for those mics. So yeah, I know how to set all that up. It's just
I don't have time for that.
I've already got like $300, $400 of mics already. But you know, little things like that, you know, to improve the channel. People have said they like to see my face while I'm streaming. Maybe even make a dog cam. We talked about that, right?
I love pet cams.
We could do a pet cam. She already bite a piece off?
No.
I learned how to thieve and wield a dagger just to survive.
Do you have something else in her mouth?
In time, there was nothing I couldn't steal.
It looks like she has like a really bloody little tooth
Before
going
long,
like
the
into her
town I
tongue or
lived
something.
in felt much too
What the
small.
fuck was that?
Sure. Listen to her. Let me see.
I left for the city when I was 17. After that, I joined the Black Snakes.
Make you gentle.
I was once tasked to sneak in and
You have
loot a
something in
certain
there? No.
manor. And that's where it happened. It was like destiny.
I think it's your wisdom tooth. I think it was probably like. Alright, here it is. Are you okay?
She's okay.
I accidentally just go.
She's a little worried why we're doing that, but yeah. Here, let's put that on the bed.
My mark was already dead.
Yeah.
Done in by a woman.
There, you can
She
feel
was
it on
also
now.
there to clean up the place.
But how are you doing,
I
Argyle?
had to make sure you weren't bleeding in there.
It looks like we're in the same line of business.
The nude boy has destroyed her
Unfortunately,
already.
You're too late.
What the hell? She like was using it to scratch her asshole for.
My name's Marietta.
Weirdo, though.
Shit like that. Like
Sebastian.
that was the weirdest fucking thing.
I guess being wealthy isn't all that great. You're always a target for the less
Oh, wow,
fortunate.
you get fucking point rewards from Dr. Pepper now?
It's fucking A.
guess so.
You'll have to do that.
Dude. Dr.
Apologies, but this treasure's coming with me.
Oh no, my phone isn't up here, so you can have me.
You can
Yeah, I'll
have
do
it.
it.
How generous of you. What did you come here for then?
I gotta get this game beat so we can be ready for Zelda next month.
I've seen
yeah.
a lot of bodies, but I've never seen a wound like this before.
What's Argyle doing?
He hasn't
It's as
said
if the
anything yet.
gods
I think he took
themselves
off.
took his
I know it was
life
a
with the
dude,
dagger.
last time, right?
Not last time, but he came in
Last time we
during
were-
Bravely Default 2.
Oh, who was the guy last time?
I wooed that
Strawberry and
woman.
cream.
It took me
Oh,
all
stupid
night,
Dr. Pepper.
but I eventually won her heart. We were young, unfortunately. Time passed. Eventually, we decided to run away together.
Whoa. Whoa.
Are you really reminiscing at a time like this?
There's no better time, if you ask me. There's an abandoned church ahead. That's where we swore to love each other forever. I'll be waiting for you there.
We can win
Come
a
and
year
find me
planner.
when you're ready, Throne.
How do we... Okay, this...
30% off Fanatics. Fanatics where we got those codes
I
from
never had
Jam.
any intention.
Oh, so we need to
otherwise.
submit a receipt.
Damn. Well, we know to start buying lots more Dr. Pepper.
Wait a minute. I think I have it right here.
I bought those.
No, I think I bought these. I think we bought them... Ah, no, you're right. She bought those while she was out doing stuff.
We did buy strawberry and cream one though.
But that
was forever
receipts,
ago.
yeah. So in the future, any Dr. Pepper product, that includes 7-Up.
Dear viewers, Send us in Dr. Pepper receipts.
Take a photo of your receipt following the guidelines below, and it looks like they just want.
I know fucking Perfect 14 in a Butterfingers promo like that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Alright, I'll have to go do it.
Work on your pink bean. Oh wait, what's this? Starry lemon lime.
Oh shit, that might be it.
Dr. Pepper soft drink. That's the cherry one, the strawberry one.
Are you about to watch this in real time?
Okay, well it says that, but it needed. Hold on. Everybody's like, we wanted to see you play the game, but now you're doing this. We are redeeming our Dr. Pepper rewards points.
Dr. Octopath.
Okay, so submit receipt. Take a photo of your receipt following the guidelines below. That, the date, purchase total, participating products with price. Okay, so reminds me of when I did the I don't know if you remember when I did the the nerds. The Dungeons and Dragons nerds thing.
I
remember Barry.
remember. Do you remember me? You weren't born yet. Maze, I'm not even sure if your mama was born yet.
Gee, that was more than that wasn't two. That was more.
Your mama and your mama's mama and your mama's mama and your mama.
Ooh, what else is on that receipt? Big K, Dr. Pepper, 2 Dr. Pepper drinks. So there's actually 2 items on there. So this might be 2 entries.
You have a picture of both of them?
Yeah, they're both in here. Prime, the one we found the Prime.
7-Up is a Dr. Pepper.
I'm looking for 7-Up. I don't see it. Oh, there's 2 Dr. Peppers. Oh, 3 Dr. Pepper drinks. We must have grabbed 2 Dr. Peppers and 2 strawberry Dr. Peppers. Right?
I think so.
And then $12 Dr. Pepper 12 pack. Big K. The energy drinks. No, everything else is this. Everything else is not relevant.
Hi, Miss. How's it going, girl? Okay.
Not submitting. Oh, I guess because the picture's still uploading.
Yeah.
I might be able to just sign in online. Hey, Arm. Late night gaming? Yeah, a little bit. Well, we're trying to do this little Dr. Pepper thing, and I have to upload a picture of my receipt to Dr. Pepper's little website thing. So I'm trying to do that now.
Well, let me know before you choose a reward.
One of them looks like a scratcher, like a play to win scratcher.
Yeah, but one of them is fanatical code. One of them was like
There's some interesting stuff in there, that's for sure.
another % off code.
Thinking time.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. It's having trouble uploading, so I'll probably have to do it on the computer. But we know there's 3 items on that receipt.
Strike them down.
So we gotta ask your mom for the 7-Up and Dr. Pepper one.
She may not have kept that. She doesn't keep receipts very long.
Let's
If at all.
Damn, I'm the only one.
Yep.
Only one for one.
Yeah. Alright, let's Mountain Goat this.
I guess you can.
Well, I guess not.
Ready?
So how you doing, Arm? Lord Melon of Arm.
Where was I? Blaze on, O sacred flame. That's how it's done.
Can you guys hear me?
Fire, burn.
Here we go.
I'm just double checking if you guys can hear me or not.
Come on then.
Nobody likes bureaucracy, that's for sure.
What to do? You're too kind.
Rone, take that.
There! And so it goes.
Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, this site's not working on my phone, so I'm going to have to do this a different way. Give me 1 second. But I'm trying to, anyway, for you, since I'm sure you're wondering, I'm trying to beat this game with the intent to be ready for the new Zelda when it comes out. So I'm not gonna power through it, but I'm gonna do my darndest to be done with it for the new Zelda, because I'm more interested in that, no offense, but for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna try to get through this game in some reasonable fashion. I was planning on streaming it. I did pre-order my copy too. I think it comes in like a day. It originally was supposed to come in, I think, 2 days after, but I'm not sure. All right, our item has been submitted. So we'll see if that works. Their new Dr. Pepper thing. Yeah, I figured you'd guys be curious. I streamed Breath of the Wild, and I was one of the earliest guys to actually get all 120 dungeons live. And people saw that real time and were telling me that, so I was really excited. The only problem was I had walking pneumonia at the time, so I was hacking and coughing during the entire playthrough, which I get it usually once a year. It lasts like a month. This year I didn't get it though.
This is the place, Marietta.
What a sad little church. Blessed by no one, just like us.
Then it's perfect.
Say, Seb, did you know that there's something that can never be stolen? It's something not even the greatest thief can take. Something within that no one can see.
A riddle, huh? So what is it?
Before I tell you, I want to hear your answer.
Me?
Yes. What do you think it is?
My skills with the dagger. I've worked long and hard to get as good as I am. and no one can take that from me.
I should have guessed.
So, what's the real answer?
You'll find out in time. Shall we be on our way?
Not even a clue? Ah, fine. You can tell me about it later.
And now it is time to confront Daddy! Daddy, would you like some sausage? But yeah, I'm excited for it. I am one of those people who I did not enjoy Breath of the Wild as much as other people did. It was fine for what it was, not gonna lie, but to me it felt like an engine, you know, test. Like they were testing out the engine more than they were really doing anything else with it. So I look back at it fondly, but it was a game that left me wanting more because it didn't feel like a this big new awesome and epic sweeping game to me. It just felt like a demo. like an engine demo. So I was a little let down by the game a little bit when I finally got through it, and I thought about I took some time to think really hard about did I like it or not, and after some careful consideration I realized I didn't think it was for me, because of those reasons. I expected a little bit more, you know, dungeons that were, you know, functional and all of that, and we didn't really get that, which is fine, but it is something I'm going to criticize it for moderately. But it's a fun, you know, it was a fun, you know, game. A lot of people really liked it, you know, just because I didn't think it was, you know, the greatest Zelda game ever made. Doesn't mean it wasn't good by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh dear.
So definitely excited to see how they changed it in the next one. Maybe they put in the things that I felt was lacking, which is what I'm hoping to. Which I think we'll see. I think it'll come to fruition. I think there's going to be dungeons. There's going to be puzzles in the dungeon that are not part of like this very simple tool system that they had. I mean, I played Zelda games that had like 20 tools. So to only have the 5, it was kind of left me wanting more. But, you know, it was fun exploring the open world and doing a lot of cool stuff that was in it. That all was fun. And it kept me engaged. But I will say that, but like I said, by the time I got halfway through the game, I kind of was feeling it like it needed more.
Let's play.
But I'm excited for the new one, I guess, as everybody else, I'm sure. So I can't wait.
Thinking time. Burn bright, oh sacred flame.
Here we go. Come on then. There.
That just makes sense to do.
You're too kind.
To work. Holy light, illuminate the darkness. Fighting is not what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for. You know, that open world idea is really awesome. It needs those dungeons, the thematic dungeons. It needs the world building and all of that were more prevalent in the older entries. But like I said, it felt like a really neat tech demo, which some people take offense to that, but I still stand by that commentary. I see.
My prey awaits. Come on then.
I need a plan. Strike them down.
What to do? Well, well. Who's next?
Very well.
Because people really get defensive about stuff. We had a viewer who used to come in here recently who was very adamant the GameCube was like the worst console ever designed. And I'm like, I don't think it was the best console ever designed, but it had a lot of fun games on it. And he got really butthurt from me saying that. He was like very upset, audibly upset, or at least dictationally upset. And he threw a big fit, like in chat, and I was just like, okay, well,
Marietta.
I mean, and then I looked up some stuff. He said some stats or some information about the hardware in it.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, but this is what was in it too. So I'm not saying these things cancel each other out. I'm just saying it's just hardware. And at the end of the day, it's all about the games anyway.
What's wrong, Sebastian?
Tell me, Marietta. The answer to that riddle. What's the one thing that...
My butthole! You can't steal it! But I can penetrate it. Oh no! No!
It's a baby.
A baby?
Yes.
Oh, Daddy really is Daddy. Daddy's not just slightly murderous Daddy. Assassiny Daddy. He's our baby Daddy.
To be honest, I'm scared. All my life, all I've ever done is take. I don't know.
By taking the lives of those who get in its way.
It's the first time I've ever been so scared. Marietta, I promise to make you happy. You and our baby. Marry me.
Seb.
Never heard anybody named with the name Sebastian go by Seb.
Throne. This is where it happened.
This is where I diddled your mom.
A perfect place for it to end, then.
She and I swore an oath of love to one another here.
Daddy, would you like some stabbing?
I had decided to put thieving behind me and live an honest life. Not just for myself, but those who depended on me. Marietta was your mother's name.
Father. Then that means...
I'm your real father. If only that were the case. I wish it were. But
Wait, what?
saying so would be a lie.
What do you mean?
Marietta.
His name was
met
Rick
another man.
James!
She fell in love with him and killed our baby. Marietta left me and eventually had that man's child. That child was you, Throne.
So, who was he?
The founder of the Black
Rick
Snakes.
James?
The beginning of it all.
What?
Franz Liebkin?
After that, I killed Marietta. I slit the throat of the woman I loved with this dagger.
The drama. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our Octopath travel.
Throne. You should have been my daughter.
Father!
I raised you as if you were truly my own, more precious than anything.
But since he didn't help bring us into this world, we can't take us out of it.
Everything I've done has been for this alone.
Not much of a twist, but a moderate twist nonetheless.
I've made up my mind, Father.
I like his design there.
I will kill you and leave the Black Snakes. I will finally be free. This is where you fall.
I never cared about the Black Snakes. To me, it was nothing but a nest, a way to sate my bloodlust. Ever since that moment, my heart's dried up. Only blood can keep it from falling apart. But it thirsted for more, Throne. So I killed and killed. Again and again and again and again. And every time I did, my thirst was quieted, but not quenched. Now, let me
But it's not that time of the month, Daddy.
Father!
We know he don't like daggers. Let's see if we can unlock some more weaknesses here.
Let's have a look.
Holy, that's good.
Here we go. Come on then.
Nice. Alright, so one of our powerful attacks weakens him pretty good.
Father. You're too kind.
See if we can isolate some more
I
weaknesses
need
here.
a plan. Let me look at you.
Spear, that's good too. Not that we need that, but. Oh!
How about
Ow!
This cannot be.
Oswald. Come on then.
He's being a real bad monkey.
To work. Here you go.
Death can't have me yet.
Cleaning time. You're too kind.
Alright.
Here we go. Wahoo! That's my quarry.
I need a plan. May your wound be healed.
Many thanks. Very well. Repent. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Cleaning time. As swift as a snake. Father!
Stodgy.
Thanks.
How about this?
Rone, Be healed.
Terminus. My prey awaits.
Let's go on here.
Come on then.
Now then. I call down the light.
My turn. You're too kind.
My prey awaits.
No, not that one. Ah.
Come on then.
That's okay.
Very good, Throne. How does it feel to cut through my flesh? Does it feel like your hands were destined for this?
I'm not like you, Father.
To kill
Just
you
want to
more.
be free.
Then free me while you're at it.
Is this another one of your antics, Father?
No, my girl. I raised you to kill me. I've waited for this for so long.
You what?
Come now, Throne. Put an end to me. Pierce your dagger straight into my heart.
What?
Kill me. Kill me now. Throne!
Killing in the name of?
Cleaning time. You're too kind.
Where was I? Be healed.
Thank you. Now then. This one's for
There
me.
we go.
Ready? As swift as a snake.
Okay, hold on.
I'll take this.
There we go.
What to do? Sorry, but I will hope back. Aver, Prince of Thieves.
Voice.
Very well. Ah! Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
Here we Come on then.
I'm just short. Might kill him though anyway. We're lucky.
I call down the light.
How about
This cannot be.
Oswald, here you go.
Death can't have me yet.
Here we go. Come on then.
Cleaning time. Hang in there.
Rone,
Where did I go wrong?
Oswald. You're
too kind. Here we go. Come on then.
And the battle's won.
All right.
Though Oswald did not going to benefit from that, I don't think. That's
Now
okay.
let's grab
We
some
made it
food.
through, and that's what's important. Then we get the Marietta. Sweet. Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Father? Why don't I get to play like the other kids?
We play together all the time, don't we?
It's not the same. The other kids have toys. Like cute little bears.
And you've got a dagger. What more could you ask for?
Forget I asked.
Oh, don't be mad, Throne. This world is full of very bad, very filthy people. Which is why I'm going to make you better at cleaning than anyone else. If you do a good job, I'll buy you those raspberries you love.
Okay, Father.
For as long as I can remember, you've taught me how to wield a dagger. I killed people, just like you told me to. But this is the first time
I want to say
I
that
ever felt afraid.
I remember a guy who
Afraid
went to college with my brother, and they actually analyzed that using the FBI data base. They got permission to use the data from it for the
Would it be
purpose of
okay to call you
deciphering how bad it is.
Dad?
And strangely enough, a majority of the gun violence in America is self-inflicted, which is kind of funny.
To have a daughter.
And that, in comparison to the population, it isn't good, but it's definitely not the worst thing out there.
Even after I die.
It's just escalated to be that way for various reasons and taboos, which is interesting.
Your key.
I think in my entire life, I've only witnessed one shooting ever. And it wasn't really much of an incident. It was the police, I think, in a shootout with some gang members back in the 90s. So I'm indifferent really to it. Because, like, in order for me to back any argument, I got to know all the details, and some of the details are not very clear, so I'm reluctant to form a grand opinion on it. But I do remember people telling me to be careful when I was, in Glasgow for my PhD studies.
Even after I die.
And they're like, "Oh, you could get stabbed there really easily," and I'm like, "Okay." And people who warned me of going to Glasgow, Scotland. They're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm from LA, and they're like, Los Angeles, and they're like, oh, like Hollywood or something. And I'm saying, no. Redondo Beach. And they're like, "Have you ever been to like Compton and stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've actually gotten lost in Compton in the middle of the night, before GPS, driving around in my car. And I was lucky I was not robbed or mugged or shot then. Especially when you see guys wearing giant coats in the middle of summer." You see that during the daytime too, in the middle of the hottest days of summer. It's I hear it's getting better though. It's slow, but it's a slow process, but it is getting better.
The two keys are
As someone who lives near the gang wars and grew up with the gang wars going on next door,
exchange for
between the Crips and the Bloods and stuff, Those guys never legally acquired a
With these
firearm in their
keys, I
lives,
should
I'll
be
tell you
able
that.
To remove this abominable color at last.
I remember the Uzi crisis we had here in Los Angeles in the 90s.
Finally be free.
Early 90s.
The keys. They don't fit.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
They don't
I mean,
fit.
it's like anything. If you
But
do
why?
teach young people to be safe with certain tools and devices, it's better than having a kid be curious
Should have unlocked it.
and start, screwing around with it. But at the same time, the more you let children, you give those children the freedom to explore things
And where are the
supervised,
keys to my
the
collar?
more of a active parent you also have to be. And I think a lot of parents don't want to be active parents. They want to be passive parents. They want to be
I have
their
to
kid's
be
best
sure.
friend, and that's just not what being a good parent
return.
is. You can be friendly, you
nest.
can be, of course you have to be affectionate, but, and caring and all of that, but I get the impression that sometimes certain schools of thought when it comes to raising children and stuff are very different than how I would see raising a child. And I know that sounds weird and all of that, but that's kind of my stance. Not to make things overly political, because I am very meticulous with my opinions. Usually I try to research it very carefully, and I try not to form my opinion about anybody until I witness it myself. Okay. That's it for that. That's pretty good. Basic play here won't be. I don't think we need Eagle Eye as much as Full Power is pretty good. That would have been useful before. That would have been useful for this character here. Again, that's just my opinion, and it's not much of an opinion, so take with that, like I said, with a grain of salt. I mean, people should be somewhat political, and be involved in their country's politics, but then there's people who take it a bit too far. And they start treating politics like gospel, and it's just, it's really awkward. I've had some awkward conversations with people where it's like, they'll make a big deal out of something. I'm just like, dude, calm down. It's just a recycling wall. Calm down. It's not changing at all. They're just changing the rate. They're making it more effective for us. Don't worry. I hate when they change legislation. Ah! Well, that's the thing, is I've lived in the UK for 2 years. I went to college at the Royal Conservatory of Music in London. And I lived in a pub. I lived above a pub. I went through culture shock a lot living there. It was very tricky. I was used to driving myself everywhere, and before going out there, and then I go out there with no car, and I'm walking more. I was a lot healthier physically back then. Because I had to walk everywhere, and it had its pros and its cons, and there are some things I liked about Europe in general, and then that I think are really good, and then there are things about America that stand out more distinctly. The beans with breakfast thing, you guys can keep. I'm not that interested in that. I know that's a terrible joke, but okay, it's not a terrible joke. It's a great joke, but come on, beans with breakfast. No, I'm just kidding. I am kidding, but where am I? But that, that's a joke. But British politics was interesting to me. I still forget the parties, though. I have never committed the parties to memory. Let me see here. Kari needs to be 39. So once I get Ochette to 37, I can bring in Hikari. But we need to bring in one of the other two. It's either Casti or Agnea. Particio is one level too short. We could power level him, though, somewhere. We'll go to some other area and figure that out. We'll do Castis next, I think. But yeah, I mean, you know, and then when I was there, mad cow disease was pretty rampant in the UK. Everybody was really worried about me, which was silly because I just ate lamb. When I read it, when I saw it, and when I saw that it was a thing, it's like, all right, lamb burgers. And I made a lot of my own food, so that solved the problem right there. You know, I like there's a part about the UK and Europe in general that I did really have a liking. I did have a liking for, but I don't know if I would honestly want to live there per se. It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Bad happened here.
I remember Brexit was a big thing people were talking about, and I had no opinion really, other than because people couldn't explain it to me very well.
Where are you?
And all of my opinion is I believe people should be able to vote for their representatives. I don't think they should be appointed, and especially if they are not from those countries, because then you don't have people with those interests in mind. That's my only opinion about it. Whether to join or to leave or any of that has nothing to do with it. That is my belief structure. And I think that's an American belief structure, which is why I felt that way. But then again, I could never really get a straight answer from anybody. They always made it very convoluted when they talked about Brexit, so I chose not to partake in that discussion all that much. God, people wouldn't shut up about it. But I also remember the culture shock thing that was going on as well in the UK was a lot of British people, especially, were asking me like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go to California and I'm gonna visit the San Diego Zoo, and that evening we'll go check out, you know, Alcatraz, and I'm like, you're not doing that, dude. That's not happening in a day.
You came.
Oh, well, we'll do it in a weekend. I'm like, you're not doing that in a weekend. And they'd give me the funniest look when I'd say that to them. They're like, what do you mean we can't do that in a weekend? What are you talking about? And I'm like, it's a 9-hour drive. Actually, it's a 10 to 11-hour drive from San Diego, where the San Diego Zoo is, to San Francisco. And then people would get angry about that. They're like, no, it's not. It's not that far. It can't be. And I'm like, California's bigger than your country, dude. It's a big state. I will say I loved the people, though. The people were very fun, very nice, and very considerate.
Good, Caspi.
Very hospitable.
Finally time to remember.
The food,
I'll even lend a hand.
mostly okay. I can't think of any particular thing that I had that was like nasty or disgusting. Maybe black pudding. I wasn't too fond of it. I ate it. Didn't want to be rude. Didn't want to be bloody rude. Jokes aside, though, yeah. I remember black pudding not being something I liked. And again, served with my breakfast. Such weird things to me. But, Scottish, stout, though. That was my favorite thing to drink. Centenejo blossoms. Ooh. Anyway, I don't mean to ramble on about again, I'm still going. I can't stop.
Our story
Make me
starts 2
stop.
years ago. It was a summer filled with the fragrance of green. The season of clouds and rain was right around the bend.
Yeah, that was something that there was complaints about too. A lot of the older, more rustic environments there are gone. You know, the fragments, I like to say fragments of the old world. And then, yeah, when I was in Germany, people were complaining about the deforestation there being a big problem. Which is funny because we complain about deforestation here in the U.S., but we actually don't practice that. We actually have this thing called paper milling. And the paper mill is the factory, but outside the factory is usually a tree farm where trees are farmed for the purpose of making paper. So a lot of people were bitching about, well, why do we chop down the rainforest? And I'm like, that's other countries chopping that down. They're hiring American companies to come out and do it. But a lot of it is those countries wanting that because they want their own paper processes. But unlike what we do in the U.S., specifically in the Southeast, we replant our trees to reproduce paper.
Thanks.
We actually have a system for that.
Be able to climb up
I want to thank, actually, Rift Tracks brought that to my attention again. I remember learning it in grade school, and they actually found a video that explains where paper comes from to make fun of it. And I looked it up to find out the validity of what they were saying, and it's absolutely true.
You worry about getting better. I'll worry about those repairs.
And we actually have a lumber company out here in the nearby city of Torrance
Carpentry is in our vocation.
called Genall Lumber or Genall Lumber. And they actually promote that that's where they get their wood from and everything. And they're one of the biggest lumber companies in the West Coast. So I thought that was interesting. How many... And then I, asked around to people if they knew that, and so many of them did not know that. They may not account for all of our paper and wood products, but it counts for a lot of it.
Sorry I'm late. I had to see an unexpected patient.
Speak of the devil, dear.
Welcome back, Trousseau. Who was this patient?
Sally. She fainted, so I went to see what was wrong. I administered to her, and she seems stable for the time being.
You injected her with your penis? Wait, what? That's not a cure!
Though, I'm still concerned for her. I'd like to follow up on her soon.
I'm not surprised to hear that. You care more about your patients than any other apothecary I've met, Trousseau.
That's the heart of what it means to be a healer. To extend a helping hand to all those in need. Cassie's creed and words to live by. It was the force of her spirit that brought us all together.
That creed's what makes our order special.
Andy's got a big, deep, manly voice.
I appreciate the kind words, everyone. But no working yourselves into the ground. Let's all take a break, yes?
What about what the apothecaries have to say? Incredibly bright young apothecary, she once saw Cassie as a rival. Though this rivalry was gradually eroded by Cassie's genuine concern for her patient, she now stands beside Cassie as part of Ear's apothecaries.
Thank you.
Old man once plagued by lower back pain so bad he could not get out of bed. Thanks to Maya's treatment, however, he's able to get around and go about his life without issue.
Thank you.
The young man tasked with looking after the village horses. He's a diligent enough worker, though ever since Ear's apothecaries arrived, he's like as not to be found staring off into the distance. Almost sounds wrong. I think it's his like is not to be found. He seems to have the most difficulty focusing when Elma comes to examine the horses. It's because he likes that hot rump on Elma. Elma! Sally's closest friend. He sees just how much Sally... Okay. I don't think this is relevant, but I am looking to see if maybe we can find like a free item or something from this.
Thank you.
This clearly was once a thriving town.
That was big.
Until it was, we know shit must have went down.
Thank you.
That was...
Randy's brash and headstrong older brother. He wanted to become a soldier. Chase he's on that I love his own. Listen. Okay.
I was just...
Thanks for handling that for me, Andy.
No need for thanks. Leave the muscle work to me. I got the brawn for it.
You certainly do.
I bench press
I'll
corpses
do that.
like it's nobody's business. Brrr.
That was very... How sad...
Right as rain, and playing up a storm. I was a fool for worrying.
You
for
fool!
nothing.
There's no shame in feeling concern for a patient. In fact, I believe your empathy is your greatest strength.
Thank you. Well, guess I'll check up on some of our other patients.
Thank you. Thank you.
Didn't really learn anything useful.
Randy.
My brother's insufferable. We feud as often as not. I only wish that knucklehead had as much brain as he did Ron. If he was as clever as Malaya...
He'd be a force indeed. Still, it was thanks to his verve that you're standing here, yes?
Yeah, guess I owe him for that. I suppose Andy's got at least one good quality, huh?
You two make a wonderful team.
Ooh, Alma and Randy sitting in a tree. Fucking.
Randy was just teaching me how to look after Jaya here. He was? Uh-huh. Jaya's just such a sweetie, isn't that right?
It must be nice to be so loved, Jaya. That should about do it. Everyone seems to be doing well. Now to my last job for the day, sorting through all these patient notes.
Yay.
Help! Tem?
Who's shouting? What's all this ruckus about?
His face is as pale as a ghost. What happened, Tem?
It's Sally. She suddenly fainted. I yelled and yelled, but she wouldn't
She
wake
ate the
up.
funny mushrooms.
Could you take me to her, Tem?
We'll all go. Let me take a look, Trousseau.
This swelling on her forehead. It wasn't there before.
Some catalyst must have exacerbated her injury after you left. There's no way you could have predicted this, Trousseau. We'll need medicine to reduce the swelling.
Wait, you don't mean Santanejo, do you?
Santanejo blossoms? Those flowers that grow on the summit of Mount Lithia?
That place is rife with monsters. It's too dangerous for anyone.
Hold it, Trousseau. Where are you off to?
Flower picking, I presume. Please don't. You'll just end up another patient. We have medicine that can help with her condition. It won't do much, but we should try it first and see.
But Santinejo blossoms are the only thing that can
Viva la
save her for certain.
Santinejo!
If she can be saved, I want to do it.
I'm gonna save her with these hands, guys.
Wait, that's...
Malaya, you and the others use what salves you have on hand. Keep her stable until we return. Trousseau and I will go gather the blossoms we need.
Chief.
What is your favorite British food, Arm?
Hold it! There's caring for patients, and then there's risking your life. You can't...
No, Andy. I can, and I must. I share Trousseau's feelings. This child's life is on the line, and we must do all we can for her.
Those are the chief's
Better
orders,
get to
Andy.
it.
We'll do everything we can to keep her alive, Casti. Just be safe out there.
Thank you, Malaya.
Oh, where are you from? He leans into the keyboard.
Chief, that's it.
You like that deep fried cod? Muse likes fish, but she doesn't really care for cod. I'm trying to convince her that I think there's some good cod out there. But easier said than done.
Stay strong, Trousseau.
Oh wow,
Drink
neat.
this.
My father did work
It's
in
bitter as
Nigeria
sin,
back in the
but it
70s.
will refresh you.
Skybomb?
Baba
You
ya
never
tu
fail
ya
to
tu
impress.
ya binguni ya tu ya
How'd you know
tu
we'd need
amina
it?
baba ya tu ya china galuele le guswehu.
You all push yourselves too hard.
Makosa hates a hey.
Yes, we do. By the way, why'd you support my decision back there?
It was your spirit that motivated me. That earnest desire to save a life. You showed
That's cool, though,
empathy
man.
and kindness. As a fellow
There's some really
apothecary,
wonderful,
you felt
beautiful
right to
places in
encourage
Africa.
that in you.
Along with the dangerous ones,
There
but
you
you
go
can say that
again,
about any
that
continent.
Mother hen routine. It is our purpose to extend a helping hand.
I think
to all
Africa is
those in
very
need.
misunderstood.
It was that creed.
I just heard one of our Arm, you know the viewer Arm Melon? He's
changed
from
my
West.
destiny.
Oh yeah, you do. He's been in off and on. He has the red panda for his
Became an
avatar.
apothecary to cure my
West
sister's
Africa.
illness.
What is
A
West
malady
Africa?
said to be
Though there's like
incurable.
30 countries along
Okay,
West
Studied
but
for
Africa.
like-
years and years.
So that's one of the more like
Like
And in the end, my
Nigeria.
efforts
like
were for naught.
technologically advanced ones.
I watched her die in front of
No,
my
they're
very
yeah,
eyes.
yeah. East Africa. I mean, it's not like East Africa, like
On her
Somalia and
deathbed,
places
she
like
said
that.
this
I
to
mean,
me.
I don't know geography, dude.
No, I know.
Though my life could not be saved.
That's cool though.
Your
That
hands
is
are
pretty
those
cool.
of a
Yeah.
healer.
Well,
I don't-
that's, I mean,
Those
that's
in
what's
need.
Africa.
Not since my dad
Trousseau.
made me meet his work friends.
There. We have the blossoms we need. Let's take them to Sally, Chief.
One of my childhood
She's
brother's
waiting
friends
for us
was
to heal
from
her.
Africa.
She's going in there all by herself.
Oh, visiting Mima.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
so
she knows
we
something's
returned
going on.
safely to Sally's
Yeah.
side. The Santinejo blossoms in hand.
That's cool though.
We saved
Yeah.
her life that day.
How's your grind going?
198.
Oh, you're totally gonna hit 200 tonight.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
One of the most dangerous regions. Well, how so? I mean, I don't know shit about geography.
I know, like the Republic. Is it Republic of Congo? That's more central, but I know that there are dangerous
Is
places.
there like a mafia?
It's
Trousseau
not
and I
mafias. It's
collected
like
those
constantly
flowers
fighting
together.
governments. fighting each other and overthrowing each other, and they become military. You saw Tears of the Sun.
Purest of heart.
Remember that movie with Bruce Willis? That's not a...
Where they cut off titties?
Yeah.
Too pure by half.
So one regime took over the old regime and went out and killed all those
That
people.
was alright. You telling me Arm lives in like the jungle?
No.
That's where that movie was.
Well, no, that's no. But if you remember, you may not remember the movie. They opened up showing footage of the main big cities in that country, like they're like as big as like Long
Where are
Beach or
you
something.
going, Malaya?
And there are people shooting each other in the streets.
Okay, I
and
figured
all
you
that.
wasn't living in some fucking
No.
Find me when you're ready.
Or she, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. But I know what you mean.
Were you saying goodnight to Grandma? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. Wishing Grandma good luck on the JoJo movie.
What a sweetie.
She is a sweet dog.
Terrorism?
Yeah.
Ah. Damn, dude, that sucks.
Oh, that'll do it.
You don't get any fucking news outlets talking about that, though. It's all fucking...
It's been that way forever. Nobody ever talks about Africa out here, and it's a shame that they don't.
Yeah.
I've always been an advocate for people talking about it more often, but for some reason they don't. Casti and Trousseau once embodied the creed of ears
It's
upon
all the fucking Slavic war, and then if you talk about anything other than that, then you're too hyper woke or whatever. It's
to
shit
me
happening in the world.
To me, it's like I know this is mean-spirited to say, but maybe it's because I'm older. Slavic countries going to war with each other is just Tuesday for them. I mean, it happens every 3 or 4 years. You know, maybe not to the scale that it is right now with Russia and Ukraine, but they've always been fighting over territory and
I'm happy to save my
legislative
sore feet.
things and rights and
I can't wait
and,
to dive
Oh! Sorry, I'm like not educated at all. It just clicked to me. I'm like, oh, so like when Sunny visited
I hope
Egypt,
Trousseau
and
had some
Egypt
time to
was
relax
Africa,
while we were gone.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be northeast
There's our
Africa,
mother hen
north
at
coast,
it
yeah.
again,
But he's
plucking
from
over
West.
her chicks.
He's from west, so he's probably.
So it's all about.
You know that
teasing
hump
already.
that kind of sticks down and it comes out like this and then it
No,
goes down?
I don't know.
Okay. You know probably half the
darker
countries
than it usually
by
is.
seeing their names.
I assume Africa is like an
barely
elongated
see.
Texas.
Funny thing, I think Africa has the most countries in it of any continent.
Whoa, easy there, Jaya.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but it's got Niger, it's got Nigeria, it's got the Republic of Congo, it's got South Africa as a country, Egypt,
I'll see to them.
Libya, Tanzania, I think,
Now you're sure of.
Rwanda, Somalia.
Something's
You know
wrong.
one, Madagascar.
We should hurry to the village.
That's an island.
That is an island. I said Somalia, right? Yeah, I did. Morocco.
Okay, I get it, Nick. I get it. You know what?
Help us!
Please.
Oh, I didn't even name like a
Can't be.
quarter of them. There's so many,
I
especially
know that,
especially on the west coast,
what
if I'm not
Somalia?
mistaken.
Somalia?
Somalia.
Sally.
Somalia, and the people there are Somali, if I'm not mistaken.
That still has pirates, right?
Yes.
That's pretty crazy.
No pulse.
But some of the fastest runners in the world at one point in time came from Somalia.
The hell's going
I want
on?
to
Oh,
say.
not anymore.
What happened?
I don't think anymore. No, they're coming from other places
Sally
now.
and Tem went out to play,
And
but
I
never
think still
returned.
Africa though, but they're coming from other places.
The whole village went out despite the rain to
Tell
search
you
for
one
them.
thing. You ain't ever
We
gonna see me
eventually
in the
found them behind the
Olympics.
mountain.
Oh, I think I might
By
see you in a
then,
rice bowl eating
wasn't any
contest.
hope.
Yeah, there you go. That's where you'd find me.
The Food Olympics,
Trousseau
the
was
Buff
here,
Olympics, the
wasn't he?
Buffet Olympics.
Why didn't he
You're not the
help
first
them?
person to tell me that.
Aw.
We went to the House of Healing.
You know, I'd be pretty good
No
at
one was there.
drinking. Look at that.
Trousseau was gone, but
I'd probably be big
where did he
at,
go?
the fat pot like speed drinking.
Yeah, there you go. Go to
Black swelling all over both children's
No,
bodies. Signs that
Beer
both
Fest.
coughed up
The
blood.
secret Oktoberfest inside the bowels of
Their blood
Germany,
is black.
where only few have survived.
Black blood?
This must be some sort of poison. I have a bad feeling about this.
Botswana.
Hey, apothecary?
They're coming to me slowly.
I'm not
They
feeling
are
so
coming to
great
me.
either.
Oh wait,
The
wait,
same
Kenya.
goes for a lot of us.
You know that.
Well, yeah, I used to have a pen pal
body
in
won't
Kenya.
stop
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's what.
Kenya, okay.
That's what made me think of that.
Signs of
actually.
Kenya's
paralysis
one of the,
setting
like,
in.
Not advanced ones, right?
I actually think they're further along than you think. I would say Republic of Congo is kind of behind.
Man, dude, what I had to put
But
down.
I could be wrong.
Kenya, what?
Andy, Malaya, quickly, they'll
Honestly,
need help
maybe
breathing.
15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They were like grateful because we shipped them crayons.
I know there was a period where it was really bad in the 90s and in early 2000s in some of those countries. And it could just be a part of that country, not the whole country itself.
Damn it.
To be fair, I've never been to Kenya. So
Chief.
Hi, dog.
The whole town's dead. Bodies are everywhere.
But that's really cool. You know.
We need to stay calm.
I think he's from there. I think he... Do you live still in West Africa, or are you in Europe now?
First to fall sick.
We were talking about
Sally
Europe.
And Tim. After that,
And how they have a
everyone who went
deforestation
out
problem
looking for
that
them
they don't
fell
talk
one
about
after
or
the
address.
other. What sort of poison could do this?
Well, fuck, we didn't even know that England has a hamster problem until what, last week?
Yeah, and apparently it's the cutest problem to ever have. But they don't think about the fact that the hamsters are digging in the graveyards.
Hamsters are just furry rats.
And they're going in, there's a chance they could be going into the coffins and like nibbling on things in the coffins, and that could lead to the next big disease.
You see a hamster scurrying around the graveyard? Oh, what's he got? Oh my god, he's got someone's dick.
And then he's all
You
zombied
too,
out and
Andy.
everything, and then he like jumps through the air and attaches to your throat.
Damn it. Now whatever it is, we've got it too.
Hamtaro, no! Thank God, even she was like worried about that. She stopped chewing on that thing when I went, ah!
Hamster just chewing on a corpse. And then like the
Hamtaro, no!
what's it when
Everyone,
bodies
your
get
coats.
sticky?
Quickly. It's the rain.
Decompose?
There's some scourge in
The
it that's causing the
mummification
sickness.
is really that, isn't it?
I think there's one part where they get like
Impose?
over there when they're decomposing.
There's probably a place.
Wildfire?
It's like they get into a fresh body
No,
and the dick
trees
fucking
don't
sticks to
burn
them,
like
so they're
that.
like trying to get it off, so they're back like.
Then what's causing that smoke?
You're a U.S. citizen now. Sweet.
I don't
You've been
know,
to
but I
France,
have a
however. Yeah,
hunch.
France is interesting. I love all of the cities of
Whatever
France
evil
except
infects
Paris.
this rain,
And I
that
remember
smoke
my
is the
friend of mine,
cause.
Scott and
It's
Jen,
spreading
went
poison into
to
the air
Paris.
to rain down upon
And they're
us.
like, we're going to go to Paris. What's the coolest thing you
What
can
do we
tell
do,
me? And I'm like,
Kathy?
why don't you go to Bordeaux or Calais or somewhere else? Don't go to Paris. And Jen's like, why? And I'm like, the smell. The
If we do nothing,
sting.
this pestilence will
And then
only
literally
spread
Jen
further.
texts me as soon as they get to Paris.
If we are to
And
save
she's like,
anyone,
this
we
place
need
does
to
smell
stop that smoke.
awkwardly funny. And not in a good way. She
There's
couldn't
no one
quite
else who
describe it.
can
I'm like,
help.
it's an old
Well,
sewage problem.
I thought that Paris has
Really good restaurants.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah, but the-
Andy and Randy, you're with us.
No, they have the most in France,
Elma,
in
you
probably
stay
Western
here.
Europe, maybe,
Help
yeah.
anyone you can.
But not in the world. No.
Let's
That's
move.
luxury. I think goes to what's the name of that city? Oh my goodness, it's in Thailand. Bangkok, I believe, has the honor of that. I believe. I could be wrong.
some cute little.
Uganda. Sorry, I'm still saying names of African countries I can remember. I'm doing pretty good. At least I'm not one of those jack-offs that show up in those videos go, name a country in Africa. And then they're like, Australia. Right? No?
Yeah, I mean there are those videos.
I'm just saying they do exist. Or like people saying
That's right. We climbed
Yes,
that
England
mountain
and
to find
Ireland.
answers.
Oh,
We needed
Yes.
to know what caused the
Yeah,
rain
this
that
is-
stole the villagers'
It's,
lives.
two countries are on that island mass.
Yeah, Ireland.
England, Scotland. Ireland is a separate island.
But I thought UK is England. Right?
Yeah, they have part of Northern Ireland, not the rest of Ireland, just northeastern Ireland, and that northeastern Ireland part is a separate island. It's attached to Ireland. I know that's wonky.
Look, if you think about it, everywhere is.
Well, I guess if you want to make that argument, I don't know anybody who's actually sat down and made a laid out an argument, you know, to, well, you know, there has to be some kind of format, because yeah, Australia would just be a giant island, right? But it's not, it's considered one, so there must be some measurement that people have used to confirm or not confirm that stance, I would assume. Though Japan is considered an island country.
So was that you?
No, that was totally me. Oh, later, she's all tucked out.
Yeah, she was freezing down too.
No.
Look at that bat rat.
Yeah, isn't that great? Look at that. I love him. I will name him Batacles.
Come on then.
We were just finding out. Arm says one of his favorite foods, British foods, is fish and chips. He likes the cod.
I really advocate for
Thinking
chips,
time.
but I don't know.
You know what it is I think you just had really bad fish and chips. No offense.
Burn bright.
I mean, I
those
can't
sacred
vouch for it
flames.
because I'm allergic to seafood.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably one of those things where it's
Well,
supposed to have like
A really
vinegar or mustard or something.
well, yeah, and you have a good version of it by default, right? I have a very strong feeling that like we in America do not make it very well.
I strongly considered getting the fish and
Very
chips
well.
at a Red Lion.
Blaze
And
on.
then I thought,
No, you did right. I wouldn't trust
I
fish
did
and chips
right.
at a German restaurant.
that's what I was saying.
We need a play.
I think they're
bright
just more
those
European
sacred
themed
flames.
with a hard German force.
Here we go.
Well, what's his favorite food?
That's a good question, Arm. What is your favorite food?
Is still fish and chips?
Oh, I doubt that.
I mean, that's what
Let's come to America now. And in America, we have some pretty tasty stuff. Okay, you're right. Can we just have this one?
Everyone's allowed to have their fucking different chips.
That is very true. That is very true.
Just throw them a couple of chips, you know? Also, like, you know, cowies, alright?
May the sacred
That's true. You do
flame
eat
guide
plenty
you.
of cow anus,
Or-
boiled cow anus, right? Because in that simmered, slow simmered cow anus.
Yeah,
right?
so, you know,
Who are you to judge?
that's why I can't be fucking judging. Now, if you come in here and you say that your favorite food is canned herring, then I'll, you know.
What if he says pickled herring?
Also not good.
What's that fish that stinks?
Herring.
No, there's one worse than that.
Surströmming.
Surströmming, yeah. What about surströmming?
Alright, what is surströmming? Look that up.
It's like a fermented fish.
Which fish?
Surströmming? Oh my god, I have no idea.
Surstro.
Found it. Herring.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
My favorite food is probably super dried lamb, no seasoning.
That sounds like you'd be
That sounds pretty good, like a lamb jerky almost. You know what he'd probably like if he ever finds one that has it, because not every place has it, but a Mongolian barbecue that has a lamb option, like one of ours does. Mongol
I
King.
don't know. I don't think that he'd get the meat taste out. That just tastes like whatever sauce they put on, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I bet with super dried lamb, no seasoning, you get nothing but that lamb.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I don't know if I've ever had, like,
Crown of lamb.
We need a play.
Well, when it's made correctly, it does not have the infamous metallic taste that people bitch about. When it's made poorly, it has a slightly metallic aftertaste to it.
I mean, you know, fucking... I had to take all that iron.
Yeah, but it's not a good taste. It's not a good flavor.
Axe attack.
But I've had my bit of lamb. I've had lamb burgers. I've had...
Well, yeah, fucking that's all you ate in April, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Didn't want to get the nasty, as they called it. The food poisoning. Mad cow.
Now's our chance.
Very well.
Need a winter. I need upgrades for my.
Man, I want to try my surface with
You are adventurous. You loved Menudo when you tried it. Which, if you would like to share with what Menudo is, to the chat.
It's kind of this reddish soup, and it has ham
I'm hungry.
and cow intestines, and then optionally you can put some onion and cilantro in there.
You liked it a lot. You're like, if I go back to Alfredo's, I don't know if I'll order anything but that. But you probably would, just on principle of wanting to try something new.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely based on the flavors of the soup itself.
Whoops.
Rain!
Fast forward.
Storm!
Arm says it sounds tasty.
It is pretty tasty.
Hello there, Chief. Welcome
No, my
home.
favorite food. Similarly,
It's a shame to see you
pho.
here. I tried so
Does
hard
Arm
to
ever
pick a
had pho
time when
before?
everyone was absent.
Yeah,
But you
Vietnamese
always
pho.
rush to help those in need, don't you?
What
Well,
should
Neeps, the scratcher costs no points when you get it to do it once a week every day. So I did it for
You're the
today,
cause of all
and
of
then
this?
just to make sure it worked. And I figure you do it tomorrow, and you remind
Explain
me
yourself
to do it every day.
now.
I bookmarked it.
Sounds cute.
Hey, it's our chance for free Dr. Pepper for
I'm
life.
learning a special sort of poison.
But Vietnamese
It'll rise
soup
up and
where
up,
they simmer
turn into clouds,
some
then
like
rain on
cinnamon
down.
and clove and star anise and bones, you know, either beef bones or
These
chicken
are
bones.
tears,
depending.
friends.
And some charred
The
onion.
tears
They
of
simmer
those
all that for
suffering
like
in this
a
world.
day to get this really rich broth.
What are you saying?
Like the broth is just the heart of it.
You understand what
And
you're
then
doing?
you get some different cuts of meat in
course,
there. You can have
Chief.
tendon, tripe,
I'm following our precepts to their
meatballs,
logical end.
regular steak slices, you know.
Thin cut steak, yeah.
Extending a helping hand
and
to all in need.
Glass noodle.
Isn't that
some,
right?
some rice noodles,
Rice noodle, sorry.
some onions, some cilantro. Optionally beans,
This
sprouts,
rain brings
jalapeno,
salvation.
Mint.
and Vietnamese mint.
Trousseau.
Very good.
Sally
Very
and
cheap,
Ted
too.
were dead.
An extra large bowl for like $12.50.
And
I
that's
know.
California price.
I
Yeah,
killed
yeah,
them.
it's expensive here. Everything here is expensive.
Oh,
I bet you if you were in like
our
Wisconsin
precious
or
children are missing.
like
Who cares if we
Wyoming,
get
you could
soaked?
probably get it for like
We
$8.
must-
And then
Find
usually
them.
at pho places, there's sriracha, which is a hot sauce,
This can't be true.
or hoisin, which is a sweet sauce.
You-
can kind of
You used
Mess
the
with
children
those
to lure the villagers out into the rain?
very delicious.
Why? You risked your life to save Sally once.
I did. I was
Bean
a
sprouts
fool
are a
who hadn't yet
requirement for
realized
pho.
the truth.
True, I won't argue with that. Nick would, but I won't.
What truth?
I put a few in there. I don't put as much as you do, though.
Didn't you say you want to ease people's suffering?
I
Save
mean, you
them
used
with
some
your own
herbs. That,
hands?
you. I mean, I think you take the order for both of us and just put
What do you think
90% of it.
suffering is?
your-
Well, I don't want him to go to waste.
That's true. You despise waste.
Existence.
Kind of funny.
We can
Do
work
you
on those,
remember the man we met during that
Weight
relief
Watchers.
mission so
Oh, no,
long
no,
ago?
no. I was thinking of
opened
the
my eyes. I see
Oh,
it
yeah,
all
do
so
those-
clearly
do those
now.
expire?
They take a while to expire, but they eventually will.
He showed me the truth of this twisted world.
Yeah, what I like to
We
do,
live on a vast
as
graveyard
I'm sure
of
Arm is a
decay.
connoisseur based on its
Maggots
what I like to
glutting
do
on
is,
rotting flesh.
I get a bit of one side of Vietnam with
Chief,
eating the
you
first
don't
half
look
with
so
it just
well.
being meaty, and the
Poison
other side of
finally
Vietnam with
taking
then
its toll, yes?
throwing in all of the herbs into
No
into
need
the
to
second
fret.
half.
I'll save you
And
from
having
your
it that way.
suffering.
So you get
I'll
the meaty
save all of
experience and then
you.
also the herbal experience.
You should thank me for the courtesy.
Crazy man who knows how to make
No.
poison.
You're wrong. An apothecary's hands are not meant to take life away. And yours were the gentlest hands
My
of
butthole
all
knows.
Trousseau.
Another place looks sketchy,
Cassie.
but I want to try that Mediterranean.
Open your eyes.
Mediterranean place?
Isn't like
Mediterranean
you.
place.
This isn't who you are.
Sometime. It looks pretty
Casty, forget it. He's beyond hope.
Maybe that Brazilian place that took over the Wiener Schnitzel.
Get a
good.
hold
Another
of
place that
yourself.
looks hyper sketchy, but I'm
Need
curious.
to retreat. Return to the village.
Actually, I want to tell you a place called, I think it's called the Greenhouse or the Green Roof. And it's an all-you-can-eat
Doesn't look like it'll be
Brazilian
easy to
meat
douse.
buffet.
He's likely got
I've heard
enough
about
phosphol
those.
to burn for
They
days.
come with their spits in it.
Yeah, well,
The
I don't know
logical
how.
thing
It's
would
been
be to run,
20 years since
to
I've been
see
to it
who
with,
we can
with
save.
my buddy Dane.
There may still be some left alive.
But it's kind of like that. Maybe you put a little sign up and they'll keep bringing you meat. It's whatever they have ready. Then you put the sign down when you don't want any more, and then you put it up when you want
I
more.
mean, I don't know. I would love to try that experience, but I feel like they probably do it really slowly on purpose, so you get
There,
full,
there, Chief.
You know,
No
you actually
regrets
digest.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, oh,
I'll extend
man,
my
I guess I
hand
don't
to
want-
all those you can no longer
I don't know about
save.
if they do take home or not, but
No buffet's good to take.
yeah.
In fact, it's time for
I
me
really
to
like
be on my
to
way.
cute coffee. That was.
Oh, we destroyed that buffet. Yeah, we'll take Steve there. We'll have to make sure they still have it. We'll go for lunch or something.
Yeah, as long
Maybe
as
not
you're
get the
so
buffet,
many
just get
will
like
be
a little
gathered
two
there to
things
see
and
it.
go.
So
But when he
very
comes into
many
town, we should take him there.
Maybe.
If he starts
They
being
won't
nice.
be expecting me to rain on their parade.
We'll let him get the buffet.
If he wants
No.
to really fucking
Don't.
make up for me beating his ass at the San Franciscan, he will order a number one and fuss a one, and he will eat it all.
He won't eat that stuff.
What a little bitch.
He is. He is when it gets into foreign food.
Monster!
He's not very adventurous outside of maybe Italian meat. He likes meat.
I thought you said he used to go to a Thai place all the time. And get the shit from it all the
Malaya,
time.
get the chief to safety.
Next to where
Andy,
the first movie
Randy.
in.
I got one last
No,
lesson
Chinese
for you,
place.
Trousseau.
He eats some Chinese, not
This
a
is
lot.
what it means to extend a helping hand,
He eats
no
beef
matter
and
what
broccoli.
it
That's
takes.
really what he gets.
And then he doesn't eat the broccoli.
He doesn't eat the broccoli. Damn.
What did they just take out the fire by sacrificing themselves?
Yep, pretty much.
Just kind of take off your shirt and beat at the fire a bit?
Well, the fire is poisonous and toxic. And it's making the purple toxic rain.
What a shame. The fire's out.
Heroic sacrifice moment indeed.
Oh well.
They could
I'm
have
just
found a
about
different
finished
way.
with this place
That's
anyway.
kinda...
It looked a little wonky, yeah.
My poison spreads through the air too, you know. It'll find you no matter where you hide. My dearest colleagues, I bid you farewell.
This game has some stupid moments, I gotta say, every time I look over.
I will say the assassin girl, Rone, had a really a little bit of a twist. Yeah, father was
Smoke stop, but the rain doesn't look like it'll let up
her
anytime
father
soon.
and upbringing, but not her biological father, even though him and her mother had a relationship, had a baby, and the mother ended up marrying or falling deeper in love with the leader of the Black Snakes, having a baby with them, and then the father killed the baby that she had with
No,
father.
I won't let you die.
I'll just have to watch the bottom. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you know how there's mother is one of the leaders of the Black Snakes right now.
Alright,
Then there's father.
There's Eddie?
Swallow
You know what I
these
mean,
petals,
though, right?
Casty.
So there's father and mother. I already killed mother last time I played.
Yes.
I'll go to fight father this time. Father had a relationship with
Should allow you to fight back against
Frone's
Trousseau's
mother,
poison.
right? And they had a baby.
Actual mom.
Actual mom.
To turn these flowers into
Then
more
she
potent
runs
grow.
off with the actual leader of the Black Snakes,
Damn
which we
my
have not met.
inexperience.
Okay.
They have a baby, which is Throne.
Come on, Casty.
That father goes and kills the baby she had with the character father. And then father's purpose was to raise Throne to eventually kill him because he had ever since he had an uncontrollable bloodlust.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Mm-hmm.
Father kills Throne's half-sister in jealous rage and also wants to take out Throne's half-sister's...
Anyone there?
No, not quite. Father had a relationship with her mother. They had a kid together. Then the mother...
Not Throne.
That's not Throne. Mother goes off and hooks up with the actual leader of the Black Snakes.
Okay.
Okay? They have a kid together, which is Throne.
Which is Throne.
Throne's actual father, biological father, goes and kills the character father's Throne's half-sister.
Help.
I'm gonna need, like, a crayon and some paper.
I know that, Winnie.
Are you hearing this shit?
Okay, we'll name the character father Bob. Okay?
The character father, the bad guy father.
That I just beat on Throne's thing.
Alma gave her life to save you. She was truly a kind soul.
So, the character... so he's raising her to kill her own father. Yes!
I missed you, Jaya.
I think that ultimately was her goal.
Oh, you're weak.
But...
So,
You've avoided
Bob
the rain, but the poison's
raises
well.
Throne as if she were her own
We need
daughter.
to get out of here.
Okay?
Please lend me your strength,
Bob
Jaya.
has a relationship with Throne's mother, and they have a child. We will name that child Bobette. Okay? Throne's mother goes and has a relationship with the leader of the Black Snakes, and has Throne.
Head the other way.
Right? They, through that relationship. The father, Throne's real father, goes and kills Bobette.
Okay, Black Snake. Black Snake kills Bobette.
Yes, the leader of the Black Snakes kills Bobette, which is Throne's father. Biological father. And Bob, in revenge, raised Throne up to be able to kill
How did Bob get Throne?
We don't really know that part yet, other than that he killed Throne.
This is
Throne's mom. Later. He slit her throat.
Bob did?
Bob did. After what had happened.
I mean, she a cheating bitch. I don't blame him.
And then for the dad for Throne's new boyfriend, lover, to come and kill the baby she had with Bob.
Alright, I won't blame Bob then.
Yeah, Bob just seems like such a bad guy, other than his uncontrollable bloodlust. That I think he from the trauma of that, I think. So yeah, I think that's about right.
Here, take this flower.
I'm mad, dude. I'm mad.
It's a snow
That's a little intricate, but it was a little different than what I was expecting. Now here's the thing, that's the setup. The follow through. If they can't follow through with that story, it'll be pretty lame. So they have one chance to convince me. So far, that's a good, interesting direction. Because Throne thought Bob was her father. I made that exact joke, actually. Like sounds through the hourglass, so are the days of our assassins.
It's you.
I should have said, like blood through the hourglass, so are the knives of the assassins.
You now.
Does the Throne know?
She knows now, yeah, because Father Bob told her.
She's still going through with it?
Yup.
Fair.
Well, we don't know exactly if she's gonna kill Black Snake leader, her biological father or not. We're not sure. I have a feeling that's gonna lead to that.
She's gonna become the new leader of the Black Snakes.
I have a feeling that we're gonna find out something more heinous about her biological
And then
father.
she's gonna fuck Bob.
Bob's dead. I killed him really.
Let's see her off.
Wait, why?
Because he wanted
Revenge for Mama?
that, and he raised Throne to this moment because he wants her to kill him Because ever since he's had this uncontrollable bloodlust to just
Why
kill.
can't this dumbass just do it himself?
That's the only weird.
He wants it to be like that, like
He wants Throne to kill her own father, and as a revenge.
he's like, you know what would hurt him even more than me just killing him?
Malaya,
If her daughter killed her,
you're
cut
no
off his
longer in
wiener
this
and made him
world,
choke on it.
are you?
That's right. I'm just fragments of your memories. A phantasm. A dream.
I want to say that I saw that in a manga once.
Just
Yeah, it's in every manga. Just kidding.
Every.
No, there's a
That's
bunch
why
of
I
them
can
that have
only
that,
tell you
that
things you already
phrasing.
know.
No, I think that I
But
read a
now,
manga once.
At last.
By
That
Suhiro
job is
Maruba.
done.
Where there was a rapist, and so they cut off his dick and shoved it down his throat, and they show it.
Impressive.
I'm pretty sure.
Malaya.
I mean,
You and the others saved
I'm not
my
surprised
life.
that exists in a Japanese
Now
manga.
it's my
So
turn.
I do like how they go further than
swear
most
to
people
you.
are willing to go.
Well,
I
you
will
know what
start
other
your soul.
works Suhiro Maruba did?
Yeah, you showed me that thing
believe
with
in
the
you.
flesh whale or
Cassie.
whatever. Remember the whale eats all these things and then they cut them open.
No, that's Junji Ito.
Oh, okay, I'm getting them. Oh god, I gotta make it dumb.
Suhiro Maruba made
Goodbye.
Midori.
Malaya.
That movie that's banned in a lot of places.
Okay.
Where that girl joins the circus.
Yeah, you told me about that. I'm pretty sure. She vanished like a fart in the wind.
Yeah, she's dead.
All came crashing back to Casti. Joyous day spent with dear friends and the horrible tragedy that befell them. The murderous trousseau had revealed where he will strike next. Timberrain. That's where his reign will fall. Her purpose clear, Casti puts the ruined village behind her. She must stop her former colleague before he commits yet another heinous crime. Heinous crime.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
Heinous. Heinous. So there was no boss in that one, which is kind of lame. But yeah, I think her story is probably the weakest.
It's a little tragedy.
It's like one of her colleagues made a poison misty mist of death.
Misty mountain.
Far over the misty mountains fall, to dungeons deep and caverns roam. We must away each break of day. I don't remember the words exactly.
Did you remember to put down on the fridge?
No. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that. What is it?
Probably in that bag.
Oh, I'll grab that bag.
Is it good? You say that, and then you give me slimy potatoes that give me diarrhea.
What are you talking about?
You gave me some slimy sliced potatoes one time.
I didn't know such.
You.
I don't remember them giving me diarrhea. Yeah, they're fine. They're still cold. On the bottom.
Really only comes packaged like this, huh?
Yeah.
Why? That's such a waste of space.
No, there were a whole bunch of them in there.
No, it's sealed.
Sweet, the bag is open. Here.
That sesame's on it.
Do I think Breath of the Wild might have been delayed because of Elden Ring? It's possible, but I don't think so.
I don't think Nintendo put that much thought to it.
They usually don't, unless it's a release that conflicts with their own material. What I do think is that they're waiting for, like... Nintendo likes to release some games right before summer, or right at the beginning of summer, so kids can enjoy it over the course of summer. And they also like to release games around wintertime that are major installments. I don't know how continuous they are or meticulous they are at doing that, but if I'm not mistaken, that is a thing that they do. So that could be part of it. Where's Cassie's other... Ah, there. A place at level 45, so there's gonna definitely be another grinding session at some point. Because Throne and her need to be 45. I need to get him to 35. He's at 34. I guess we'll do Agnea because that'll be another story done. Which means I'll put her in the party in place of Casti. There you go. You trying it? Ooh, that's good. Mmm.
That's exactly what you get for.
99 Ranch Market. It's in, where you know where, Krispy Kreme kind of is? Again, on Artesia at the end of the freeway?
You took Eddie there?
Yeah, we took Eddie there. It's across the street. It's not far away from where it's we go near it. We go close towards it when we go to the pop place. But it's a little further south or east of it. Ooh. Marietta's lot in need. I'll give her that.
You gonna step away from this?
You're welcome to. I gotta hit the head. I'll be right back, guys. Muse will keep you enthralled.
Please eat this spicy. God, I'm wasting
Oh my god.
fucking time.
Out of habit.
I'm trying to go on tangents and tangents just to keep people entertained. All for nothing.
I had the mic accidentally muted the
oh
mic.
my god, I'm leaving.
Meeves, I'm sorry.
You're so mean.
No, I was in such a hurry to get into the bathroom. Oh. Oh.
I sat here and talked about how cute the dog is.
Aw.
I sat here and I ate one of these.
Oh, thanks. That's pretty funny.
And described it.
Ooh, you hear one?
No.
No.
I talked about every single thing that we have here.
We do have a lot of cool stuff. That's true.
I talked about all the series, you know, all the videos we do on YouTube. I talked about video games as a whole. I talked about Zelda.
Aww. So awful.
I tried so fucking hard.
I'm so sorry.
Decent tried, yeah. I spent that entire time talking.
Aww. Maze is very cute. She is the cutest. I might put up some shorts on the YouTube channel of her doing cute things. Because why not, right? Oh.
I'll take it.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, why do we have both of these?
Well, one's not Neeson. This is Neeson. This one's not.
Oh,
different brand.
Both udon?
Yeah, we needed 4 udon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yeah. For anybody wondering, Meeps and I are going to put up some videos of we try stuff, and it's going to be a gauntlet of instant noodle from around the world, primarily from Japan, but and they're the ones we kind of get more exclusive at the Japanese stores here. Some viewers, I think 2 so far, have shown very big interest in us doing videos on that imported food. So everything we're going to try, with a few exceptions, are going to be imported. And then there's stuff that, like, I think the first episode we're going to do 6 of them, I believe. 2 of them are like common around here. It's Neeson chicken flavor instant noodle, and what's the other one? Maruchan instant noodle chicken flavor. We also have Sapporo Ichiban, which is not as common. We're gonna do that one, and then we have 2 others that are, or 3 others that are imported in brick format. But we will post more information on that as we are able.
We can like use these.
Yeah, we don't have to. We can always get them again. Right?
Because did your mom already have to stop eating?
Yeah. We can give her some when she gets back. She won't be super hungry, but
Will she be out of it?
she'll be probably fading in and out, yeah.
No, like, I understand falling asleep, but like, will she be loopy?
She might be a little bit when I first bring her back, because she'll still be on the anesthetic.
So this is Sai, the town where Mama performed.
No!
Giselle was here
That
not
was
long
my
ago,
dream.
so perhaps someone knows something.
You needed the microphone.
I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
I'm so mad. I could have spent
Excuse me?
20 minutes grinding.
Is something the matter, miss?
I'm sorry.
Would you happen to know of a dancer who was here about 20 years ago?
Oh
I'm sorry.
my, 20 years is quite a long time. This place has changed so much since then. Perhaps you should check the old quarters in the east.
I will. Thank you.
I love you. Oh. Trying to get the dog to swipe her feet back at me in disgust. But yeah, we have
my.
some more Japanese candies. We've got a bunch of Japanese ramens.
Is that...
It's going to take us at least 4 videos to cover all the ramen we have. We took 4 from different categories with 6 for the off-brand, for the cheap ramen.
Step. Could the statue be...
Chewing on this.
What is it?
I think for 1 second you grab the chocolate.
Out of my way, old lady.
I like white chocolate.
Old?
I love you. I'm being attacked. Help!
This and
Spousal
that,
abuse.
and one of these.
It is.
That ought to do it.
Lila, what are you doing? We've had just about enough of your mischief. To make matters worse, you've defiled Mother's statue.
I think she looks better this way.
Shut the door.
That statue is a symbol of our
Get
home.
Mama.
Like that matters in this town. We have no money, no good food, nothing.
Bit my finger as I was getting chocolate
There's no
out of this
hope for
container.
us here.
You brat.
This gloom doesn't suit a desert town at all. But I know a way to brighten up the place.
What are you doing?
Watch me shine!
I don't know what that was, but I think you'd best be on your way. And clean up that statue, Lila.
Damn.
What?
What was that just now? You were spinning around so much it made me dizzy.
It was a dance. Was it your first time seeing one?
Dance?
Lila!
Darn! Gramps found me!
Oh, that girl sure can run.
She'll come home when she's hungry. More importantly, that was a beautiful dance, young lady.
Thank you. It seems the other townsfolk didn't quite agree, though.
Nonsense. You were
You
a
are getting
sight
freaky
to
with the
behold.
dicky.
You must be tired from your journey. You're free to rest your feet at our house, Miss,
Please, call me Agnia. But are you sure?
We certainly are, Agnia. In fact, we insist. After all, something about you feels familiar.
Not a big chocolate fan, which is probably why I like white chocolate. Because it's not real chocolate. I know it's blasphemy to say to not be a fan of chocolate, I'm sure, but yeah, it never did much for me.
What's this? What?
Nice. We'll get more of that stuff later.
Grandma! Grandpa! Welcome home!
Thank you. Were you good boys and girls while we were out?
Who are all these children?
They're young ones from all over town. We watch over them when their parents can't. There aren't many jobs to be had here, so their parents leave in search of work.
Is she a new friend? Whoa, that's amazing!
She's a traveling dancer.
She's a dancing queen.
You're all too young to know, but another dancer visited this very town 20 years ago. She was a kind-hearted woman named Kwani.
That was my mother!
Oh? It's no wonder you felt familiar. You look just like her.
It makes me happy to hear that you remember her.
As if we could forget. Kwani was only passing through, yet gave from her own pockets to help us. She took care of us like she was our own mother. The townsfolk built a statue of her so that they'd never forget the hope she gave us.
So that statue is of my mother. I can't tell you how happy that makes me.
She met a little orphan girl while she was here. And she taught her how to dance. That little girl never stopped dancing. And now she's famous for it.
Famous dancer?
Pardon me.
Ooh, see that girl. I
thought I told you to leave.
You again? No matter how many times you come around, our answer won't change. This town is all we have left.
This is our home. I beg you to reconsider.
I've seen her before.
We paid a lot of money for this land, which makes you no more than trespassers. My liege was gracious enough to give you time to leave. But no longer. I will force you out if I must.
Hammer time.
I won't let you lay a finger on my parents.
Lila!
Get lost, you big oaf. Don't you have someone else to bully? I can't imagine what you'd want with a garbage heap like this.
Let the others know there will be no mercy next time. You've been
Next
warned.
time I bring pennies. We smell pennies.
Thank you, Lila.
Lila. Didn't I tell you already? There's no hope for us here.
Lila!
Did she run away again? At a time like this? You spoil her too much, Platt.
Pizza.
Lila was an orphan. She was abandoned when she was little, so we took her in and raised her as our own. But her heart's been closed off ever since. And all she ever does is make mischief around town.
She
Why did it burn my
always
tongue?
says that
Why would you
there's
do
no
that?
hope here.
Like longing way at the slide, Tyler.
I wish we knew how to
hurt.
make her happy.
I guess I deserve that.
I have to
Oh.
do something. I have to
Mother
find
hurt me,
Lila.
man. With scorching hot cheese pizza.
You love cheese.
I do love cheese enough to negate safety when consuming.
What's this?
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot. Oh, God, so hot. I love cheese. Oh.
Wearing a little tail.
Yeah, but we're such a good dog.
I should have let you take that non-bite and then walked away.
Oh no.
I'll take a
So good. I have a weakness for pizza, I must admit.
I'll take it.
Can you go ahead?
I'll take it.
What?
Maybe I should give her some of that pork downstairs.
No, don't do that. It's probably not edible. Or rather, it should not be eaten in this particular time.
By dogs?
Even by dogs, yes. It has sat there far too long. You know what I mean?
Why don't you fucking throw it all?
Because I don't want to get yelled at. I said I'd do it tomorrow. Because, yeah, if it's still there tomorrow, it gets thrown out. Because that's a load of shit. It's like, well, why did you throw them out? It's because they were sitting there all night. You know, that's, you know, dangerous to eat. And it's dangerous for people to be around the meat. So you get diseases, foodborne illnesses, pests. I don't want him to go down there at like 2 in the morning and they're not there. And he starts screaming at the top of his lungs. Because you know that's what'll happen.
Well,
You shouldn't be cooking that late, but we're guilty of that.
until you punch him right in the fucking face.
What's... What's...
Do I get more time for assault or murder?
Definitely murder.
What do I get for assault?
You can get up to 25 years.
Okay. Is that if the person charges, or?
Well, of course.
What's the...
What if I break his jaw and he can't talk?
He can write, sweetie.
Can he?
I'll take good care of this.
No.
It's not worth it.
I don't know, dude. What if I press charges against him for assaulting me?
You have to have proof.
I'll take it.
Well, you said that I can't get proof without it being blackmail.
I'll take good care of it.
No, you can, but you have to. It's more complicated than that. But yeah, the idea is you're not supposed to clearly create a setup incident.
I don't have to.
It's called
He fucking assaults everyone on a daily basis.
With his smell, yes, and his words, but not his physical.
What am I
Not with
doing?
his hands or his feet.
Soon this town will be nothing but a memory. And
He
a
assaulted
bad
you?
one at that. There was never anything fun to do here.
You prevented me from escaping his range of. He
So
prevented me
that
from
was
leaving
a
that.
dance.
He stood in the way of me from trying to leave the house. And yes, he grabbed my arm. So yeah, that's technically assault.
What? What are you staring at, you idiot?
I was just admiring your moves.
No.
I'm happy to
You made
see
it
you've
for
taken a
yourself,
liking to
right?
dance.
And why did I bring it up here?
No, I
If you
haven't.
wanted to eat it.
I can teach you if you'd like. What do you say, Lila?
Well, I smacked him in the mouth for putting his arm on me.
Your shoes.
And he fell over,
They're all tattered.
surprised that I
You
think
can't dance
more
in
so than
those.
anything that I smacked him.
Which means I'll
And,
just have to find you a new pair.
I told him, don't ever block me from leaving the house
Didn't
ever
even
again.
agree to dance with you.
Don't ever stand in my way. When I tell you to move
Never you
out of
worry
my
about
way,
that.
when you're blocking me
wait
from
here,
leaving
okay?
a room, don't ever do it. And he told my brother. My brother told him the exact same thing back. He's like,
with
you
that
can't
lady?
stop him from leaving the room or the house. You know,
I mean,
during the construction especially.
he blocks space all the time.
When he's slow as shit. That's
No, he will purposely stay in the way. Or he'll walk up behind me and fucking touch me. Remember?
He did that once, yeah.
He did like 3 times.
I only heard about the one. He's a cantankerous prick. His uppins will come eventually. Because he won't take care of himself, no matter what anyone does.
Not quick enough, dude. I mean, he fucking shits on the wall and screams at us and calls us slurs that I cannot repeat on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's more than just being a fucking old hoot.
Well, no, cantankerous would be just pretty much that description.
He's cancerous is what he is.
Mm-hmm.
He just fucking eats away at people and you can't just seem to get rid of him. He's disgusting. He's disease incarnate.
That's probably true.
Well.
Such a goofball. really
What's
mostly
the-
here for my mother's sanity. At this point. She's got her surgery tomorrow, so. It will hopefully go well, I would hope. Luckily, it's not a major one, so. There's always sucky people in life. Can't let them get to you. Yeah, that's pretty much.
I know, but it's like
because if they get to you, then they win. And for lack of a better term, they win. You know, in some kind of way, shape, or form. Which, you know, at least things are being ironed out between my brother and I now. Over him. Like, now my brother understands. I guess my mother expressed to him how angry I was about his behavior and that it needed to stop.
Yeah.
So like what happens is my father, I used to kind of take care of my father. And he got very sick back in 2014, 15. He started becoming senile.
Yeah, I guess that's around the time you moved in, huh?
I moved in a little earlier than that because that was something that we were talking about, yeah. And so I would, you know, he went to the hospital in 2017 because he wasn't taking care of himself in a big way. And he would lie to his doctors because he didn't want to have to deal with them. So I used to go with him to his doctor's appointments, and then eventually it came to a point where I was actually setting them up for him. And because he just was too lazy and angry and bitter to do it. So I was doing it for him and making him go.
Well,
nice. And then in 2019, his kidneys failed him, and now he goes to dialysis 3 days a week. And before he met his friend Bruce, I used to pick him up 3 times a week from dialysis, and my mother would drop him off at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Take it.
It was too hard.
Should we throw the rest of it out?
Yeah, it's
Okay, well,
tooth-breakingly hard.
I get this little bit of cheese.
what's the...
Gives you a sweet little gremlin.
Ooh, strong. And then he decided what? It's literally maybe. He's always been like, he's always been bitter and mean, kind of since he got ill. And then I guess the breakdown is nowadays it's like he stopped taking all of his medicine because he hates pills and he hates eye drops, and he doesn't like drinking medicine. Pretty much, he's written off all medicine, including his insulin. But I don't take any of his insulin anymore. His blood sugar is through the roof, up in the 700 and 800s every day. Thinking that dialysis cleans that out, which it does not, which his kidney doctor told him, but he doesn't listen to doctors anymore. He just shows up for dialysis. He just shows up to the things that keep him alive, pretty much. And he just kind of deals with that as he must. Yeah, that's his take on it anyway. And he is mean and nasty to everybody around him. Pretty much now, all he cares is when dinner is, and now at this point,
He's more than mean and nasty. Those aren't strong enough words.
I'll take it.
they're the words I'm just using in the moment. But yeah, he's very nasty.
He screams at.
He screams.
He screams at waitresses that they're lazy.
Usually some kind of slur.
As they're pouring him a drink.
because they didn't do it the
And
right
he
way.
spits while he screams.
Yeah, he spits everywhere when he screams, and I don't think he realizes he's screaming. Honestly, he used to like mumble a long time ago under his breath, but I don't think he notices that he's screaming at people, and they can clearly understand what he's saying. But the more I think about it, the more I think he just doesn't care. So there is that element to it as well. And so, yeah, it's been, you know, and like, he's not cleanly in any way. He showers maybe twice a year.
I think he's gonna stop doing that.
No, he'll always do it when Steve's coming in town or he's going out to Steve's. He'll always do it when he goes to my brother's. He'll never not do that because, number one, we won't let him in the car because we'd have to smell that shit the whole drive.
He wants us to.
I don't care if he wants us to. He has lost the ability to drive. So
Considering he literally went, "Hey guys, I'm going to shit myself. I hope you guys smell it."
That's because he was mad we made him wear adult diapers, though. That was what led to
No,
that.
that's because he was mad because he couldn't see a road sign.
Well, that's because he won't take his eye drops to clear the eye infection he's had for over a year. Which means he's probably going to lose that eye at some point. If he lives long enough to do that.
We need to get him a fucking eye patch, dude. That thing, like, it's disgusting to look at.
It is. He'll never wear it. Aww.
I won't go into detail here for the sake of if our viewers are even good. Oh.
It's an infected eye, you know, crusting over.
Nick.
What? Hey, you know.
If our viewers are even,
That's true.
what do you mean?
Oh, that's right. We did most of the people here, so let's go.
They fit perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can't let people get to me. It's difficult when they're.
Guess they do.
Around 24/7.
Yeah, well,
and
yeah.
Now then,
24/7.
let's begin. Just follow me.
You are always on guard
It's not.
when that individual is within voice reach of you.
It's
no
not,
need to
you
get
know,
so excited.
a shitty bus driver that I have to
Deal with for
witness every
20
day.
minutes a day or something, yeah.
It's
There's
not
no
a
way I
shitty
can do something like
coworker
that.
I have to spend, you know,
This is called the moon step. It's an advanced move.
8 hours.
8 hours with a day.
I know you can do it, Lila.
I get it now. You just want to laugh at me, don't you?
I do like how he cooked the chops though,
course
and
not.
Steve was like, clearly there's food in the house. He's just
When
being
I
a
saw
dick.
your moves, I knew.
Finally.
You've got the
Finally.
makings of a dancer, Lila.
But the thing is my father would
I
throw a tantrum or
do?
something, and we would just not do something for him.
But when you
Because my
start,
father really
you don't
doesn't
need to
cook for
worry about
himself or
doing it
anything,
well.
and hasn't for many years.
Fun.
So he
That's the
threw a
most important
tantrum,
part.
and then he calls my brother up, bitches to my brother, and says my mother, I,
Let's give it
and
another
me
try.
starve him, which we don't do at all. He just has to wash his hands before dinner, and he won't do it before grabbing the communal ham. You know, because I made a giant ham at Easter. That was delicious, by the way. Even with the specialty boar's head glazed ham. The glaze I got from them, from Boar's Head.
That was
and
amazing!
you know, Meeps and I and my mother spent 6 hours cooking this dinner. My dad was in his bedroom the whole time. And then the first thing he does is text, when's dinner?
First time anyone's ever
Then he comes
praised me so
downstairs.
much.
Sean says Happy Easter to him. He fucking ignores
Yeah, he ignores my friend Sean, who was there for Easter,
you, Lila.
wishing my dad a happy Easter. He ignores Sean completely.
What are you thinking me
I made a plate for him of all the different food we made. He says, I can make my own goddamn food. And then I'm like, all right, here's, you know, go wash your hands, and then you can make the food. And then he literally just quit.
Wouldn't you
He
be
screamed
happier
at
if I
everybody,
could do the
said
moon
some
step?
very messed up stuff, including a couple of racial slurs that don't even apply to the people in the room.
When
But
I
he was
watched you
calling us all the worst things.
Racial
All the bad
slurs,
thoughts in my head
sexuality slurs, flat out just slurs.
My heart
If
felt
it
warm.
exists as a bad word, he probably said it that day. And then he storms back up to his
What's
bedroom,
wrong
and
with
he's
me?
screaming in his bedroom at the top of his lungs more and more slurs. as we're just kind of laughing at it in a way, because it is funny that he threw such a tantrum over washing his hands.
What do you say we do it
And he
one
said
more
that he
time,
wanted to
Lila?
evict us all.
And get a divorce and my mother and evict us all. And he called my brother and cried to him. And then my brother believed him, whatever he told my brother, which was clearly a lie. And then my brother calls me yesterday, drunk off his ass, and screams at me, saying, "You better bring him food home from wherever you are. He fucking starve him. I'm gonna drive down and beat your shit out of you, man." And then I'm like, just kind of brushing him off because he's drunk, but it is annoying to get those phone calls because I got them a couple times since Easter. And I finally said, you know, I'm done with this shit. Either he needs to, my brother needs to get on the same fucking page as the rest of us, or he can go fuck himself. I'm done dealing with him and my father. And so I guess my brother called me this morning to apologize, and that he didn't understand that Dad was lying hardcore out of his own asshole. After my mother sent him pictures of all the food in the house, we have two refrigerators full of food and 2 freezers full of food. Tons of food, right? And it's stuff he'd
We
eat.
don't have 2 fridges.
This little one.
Okay, that's not for him.
Well, okay, fine.
But we do have a fridge and 2 freezers and plenty of pantry space, which he
never
uses up.
He doesn't
That
really use
was
the
a
pantry space.
beautiful dance.
He leaves it all on the floor in the dining room.
It
In bags, the bags. He leaves all his canned food that he buys there, which is the only way the only thing he cooks for himself is out of a can and through the microwave.
The little orphan
So we don't starve him, but you know. And then
her name was
he's been eating my cooking for 20-something years and loves what I make, and then all of a sudden now it's all I make nothing but shit. That's just because he's angry. So it's a shitty situation. It hopefully will start getting better now that my brother's on board, allegedly. I think that's what made him go down there.
Dulcinea said she was going to be a star.
I think he complained to my brother.
She
Age is a killer. Hope you guys find a suitable respite. While the best thing about aging is not caring if it's also one of the worst parts.
Is happy about that.
Yeah, I mean.
After all,
Yeah.
when it came
He
to the
he's
that girl.
and I think it's because of all of his regrets of things he never got to do in life because he made so many bad decisions.
The town's in trouble.
He wasted his entire retirement on the stock market, and then in
out.
2008 it was gone because of the crash.
I'm going with you.
I guess with that first sentence there, I look forward to the future. That's all I can say.
I know why you do. I understand it. I don't, in some ways, because it's my father. I always do point out that there was a period before this was the way he was. He was not like this.
What do you think
He's a
you're
very
doing?
different person.
I told you.
It's like the Jekyll and Hyde when he was when this was 10, 15 years ago.
Are they not allowed to dance in this town?
Stop this madness! This town is
The dance, the art of dance. No, it's like this little old people's place in the orphanage, and these people are trying to take the land from them. This is the woman from the big theater. Remember, the opera singer.
Greetings, you poor little slum
She bought the
dwellers.
land and wants to kick them off.
Allow me to free you from your filth.
Yeah, really.
I don't care if you're a star, the moon, or the whole damn sky. You need to come back down to Earth and remember where you came from.
Unfortunately for you, my memory
It's
just
filled with
isn't
nothing
what
but
it used
cake.
to be. Now go, Veronica. I will be watching the show from atop the hills. Understood.
And he's due for another hospital trip now that he's not been taking any of his meds. So, and it's gonna happen. His blood sugar killed his kidneys. High blood sugar is gonna kill. There are other things that will eventually kill too, which is unfortunate. But
After I put an end to this.
I've done everything I can.
Let me help.
Make his doctor
I've got to
commitments,
teach
take him
these
to all his
bullies
doctor's
a
appointments,
lesson.
pick up his medication for him.
I can tell how much you care for everyone, Lila.
I set up all kinds of cool
leave this
stuff.
to me.
He doesn't even have to prick his finger anymore for his
You get
insulin.
the other kids to safety.
He has to switch out a little sensor on his arm and then put his
Yeah.
phone against it, and it tells him his blood sugar.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to
Leave
keep
it to
pricking
me.
himself. He only has to put a new sensor on every
Good luck, Ednia.
2 weeks, but he got too lazy to do that. Ooh.
This is when you gotta do about.
I won't let you down.
See if it's better, right?
Fresh to hear travel banter. I don't know if this is a good time for travel banter.
Yeah, they've been putting these in weird places. Better than the other one because I like hazelnut. It's not good. I'm not saying that it's great. I'm just saying it's better than the other one.
Tastes like Nutella.
Isn't that the same thing? Hazelnut?
That's a hazelnut and chocolate spread.
Yeah.
Now it's the perfect time to be pickpocketing everyone. I mean, they're all together.
Well, yeah, really. Dragon Bridge. Yeah, so eventually it now seems like even my brother is not much on his side other than trying to inspire him to fucking take some initiative. And what's interesting is I cook mostly fine dining quality food. I'm a little out of practice. Aww.
Let's go.
She loves her chew toy. She loves it, loves it, loves it. It's her favorite toy. She won't let it go. Thanks forever.
Oh, just when she just let it go and said that.
No, thanks.
No, she's still got her paw on it. Technically. Technically, I'm sticking to it.
Fire.
So yeah, it's it's been pretty rough since Easter.
Where was I?
For sure. Well, that's the whole thing. My father's practically blind now because he won't take his eye drops, right? That will heal the infection that he has. It's curable, though it may have gone on for so long it may not.
All he wants to do is spread infection and gross.
There. So that's it.
He wants to get
Here we go.
and other things and wipe it all over the place.
Come on then.
See when you tell him to wash his hands.
Time to shine.
So I did hear that conversation from in here. This is my brother, and my brother's like, "When the fuck did you wash your hands?"
Oh my.
Rotten, stale meat.
Yeah, and he left. Yeah, so my dad finally did cook for himself, right? And he left. He was eating these skin pork chops, and he made
fire.
I think there was like six. He ate like half of them, and then he leaves the other half in the pan.
I've gained value.
And this was what, around 4 this afternoon. Now we're at midnight. That means I've got to stop soon.
Try telling your mom about how girls would just leave raw pork out. She didn't get it. She's like, but you eat raw fish.
My mother, I would make fun of my mother for saying that if I was standing there at the time. I'd be like, yeah, that fish is designed to be eaten raw. It goes through a process in order so you can eat it raw.
That's true. Flash freeze.
My dad was a nurse who would always show me these really gory, nasty pictures of his patients. And back on it, that really helped me take my. Oh yeah, no, trust me, I've seen some nasty things.
Maybe that's why I'm
Fire.
so
Burn.
germophobic. I grew up with my mom.
Here we go.
Sick all the time.
That'll do it. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. It's just the way it is. But, the first step to, getting better at dealing with that is sometimes admitting that.
And then all those the pinribs I had for all those years.
Yeah. Those things will do it, man. They really, really will.
It's my turn now.
Not much you can do about it in hindsight, but
Hard zone.
I wasn't expecting that.
But you know, I would think you're slowly that your situation is slowly improving.
Yeah.
You know, you're around people who care about you. And are,
Hopefully.
3 out of 4. To be fair.
3 out of 4. Oh, the dog.
The dog
Yeah,
cares.
she loves me.
Does love you. Does she not count? Yay. And she looks at you. I love you too, Mama. But I'm tired. Yeah. He is the sweet thing. Okay, so it's ice. Wow. Okay, I have no way of really hitting them all.
I thought you were trying to drag Steve into it, and he's only 3, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
He probably is. He's just not in a good place right now. That we're not going to talk about. I'm just saying that is, you know why I would say that. You know what I mean?
I don't believe that at all. Wait, is Ireland here?
Yes, Ireland is.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
I need a play.
My buddy Kai, he's fucking sick out of his mind. He doesn't know what's wrong because the doctors won't see him.
Yeah, my instances of living in Europe have, living in Britain and then visiting and traveling around Europe. What they're good at is doing easy things, simple things like, oh, you have an infection, here's penicillin, have a good day, you know, go on with your day, blah 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 blah. They're good at basic medical stuff. Anything that is intricate, and I say intricate as an American, like, that's not a big deal here. Like what you went through with your medical issues, one of your medical issues.
Oh,
that would,
anemia?
yeah. Well, no, the other one, the endless flow.
Oh.
That would have been. I don't think that would have been taken care of quickly.
There was a medical term for that. It was chemo.
I don't remember either. Sorry.
Chemo loss.
Chemo loss.
Strike that.
You know, loss of blood. Endlessly. Without refrain. But no, the more I lived there in the UK, especially, the more I learned that it's good at certain things, and it tends to be what tends to be the most basic services. But when it gets to serious services like surgeries, when it gets to more intricate care that's a little more difficult to quantify because it's more complicated, you got to see maybe 1 or 2 specialists that got to get together to help diagnose and prognose and give you your prognosis and then give you the treatment. Then it falls apart because it's so slow. There are people. I had a friend, Jason, who actually is paralyzed because of a motorcycle accident, but he's half paralyzed. And he, the only reason he paralyzed because it took him 16 hours to get treatment at a hospital. And he was one of those big vocal people about the healthcare system of Britain being really good. And then over the course of like 10 years, it took him forever to get any kind of physical therapy. And then the physical therapists weren't showing up half the time, and they weren't. Now that could be just the fault of whoever they go through, but he didn't have the option to go with a different group of a company, a different option. He had no options. He had to file paperwork that took 3 months to get reviewed after, and then another 2 months because they lost the paperwork. For him to apply to a new general practitioner, a new basic doctor, and that doctor was a lot better, but I mean by then a lot of the damage had been done. You know, the long-term damage that's you can't do anything about. So it is a point of contention that some people have. Me being someone who's witnessed multiple people not get proper treatment in the UK is something that I keep very close kind of eyes on.
To work.
There's a reason why people come to the United States frequently for healthcare that is very expensive, unfortunately. And a lot of people doesn't understand. A lot of people in Europe don't understand American healthcare. So it's very complicated.
It's
my turn now.
Right, it's Maze. You gonna go see Mama? Get Mama. She woke up and was like looking around for you.
No, she won't.
All right, then. Aw. Well, then just leave her there then. But I remember explaining it to our Irish friend, and a bunch of his buddies too, and they never thought about that at all. But it is absurdly complicated for what it is, and it shouldn't be. That's the part I agree with anti-American feelings towards the healthcare system. There's parts of it that are way too bureaucratic or messed up, and that needs to be fixed. That's definitely an
May
issue.
the sacred flame guide you, or something like that.
But it's to each their own too. I mean, I guess mine are anecdotal, so. Take that with a grain of salt, because honestly, anecdotes should be taken with a grain of salt. There must be more to this dungeon.
Found you.
Well, well, if it isn't the little dancer from before. Have you come for an autograph? You must be
I am
quite the
definitely
fan to
a
come
negative
all the way
Nancy
out
for
here
bureaucracy.
just to
It's
see
always a
me.
mess. Regardless of what
I'm
country
not
you
here
live
for
in.
an autograph. Far from it. I came here to stop you from destroying that town.
Unfortunately for you, I have big plans for this place. It is to become Dulcinea Land.
Wait, what? She's building a Disneyland? Is that...
It has quite
Did
a
this
nice
game just
ring to it,
promote
no?
evil Disney?
It will be a shining paradise built in honor of the realm's finest superstar.
Okay, this is pretty ridiculous.
I'm giving these people something they can be proud of. They should be thanking me.
But isn't this your hometown?
Your jokes bore me, little girl.
Dulcinea?
This is no home of mine. My very first memory is of sand.
Oh god, it's the Anakin Skywalker syndrome.
I looked.
Sand, it's coarse. Nasty.
I can't even remember my parents' faces. I was abandoned here. Life was miserable. Dressed in flea-ridden rags, scavenging for food. But one day, an opportunity presented itself.
Thank you, Arm. I can't remember the quote. It gets everywhere. It gets at everything. Including my butt crack. Then I met a wonderful man.
Everyone's eyes were upon her.
He denied me when I shook my rump at him, and he said, "Oh my god, you have dust butt."
She was a star. That's when I decided to prove myself to the world. After some time, I became a dancer and found myself in front of a grand stage during my travels. I wished to dance upon it. So I worked harder than anyone. until I outshone
And then
them
you're proud of your accomplishment, and then you're nice to everybody.
and I scaled the dazzling stairs to success.
You don't turn into evil Walt Disney.
Do you see now? I am, without a doubt, the realm's finest superstar. I trained every day of my life so that my glow would never die. How could the world's most beautiful, shining star come from this depressing slum? It's simply not possible. Which is why I say this is no home of mine.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come
You
from.
don't get to be a psycho bitch.
A true star would never cause others pain. A true star is...
That's quite enough. Now would you get out of my way? This area
Man, needs to be
needs
clear of your
clean.
psychotic ego.
And once it's gone, all memory of it shall follow.
I actually remember meeting a guy who mentioned why he doesn't
not
do that.
going anywhere.
And it's not that
You
it's a good
stubborn
excuse, it's
little
just something that I thought about. Like, it gives me reason to think more about it.
Will only
Is he said he was a philanthropist-ish kind of guy who was an engineer.
Veronica, get
And
rid
he would do really, like, he used to donate to the community all the time.
You can try.
And
but I
he
won't
did
let
like
you lay
a
finger on
children's
this
rec
town.
center. He did a couple of things out, you know, out in the farmland and everything. And
Let's go.
I remember asking him one day, like, why'd he stop being, you know, donating to the community and stuff, give back to the community. And he said, you know, you do it for so long that you actually learn that the community doesn't really care about it until it's
Now
gone.
then.
And so what does that have to do with it? And he goes, he's like, I worked hard to get grants, get money together, even invested several hundreds of thousands of my own dollars. And he said, what ended up happening was a travesty of some, allegedly. And he explained it as like all the facilities and things he built to help the community they didn't take care of. And the local people that were there destroyed the facilities, you know, vandalized them and all kinds of stuff just because they could. And they just would keep, you know, and I guess they, like, well, we need the money to fix this, and that. And he's like, but why didn't you take care of those things when, like, he knew a bit because he was on the city council too at one point. And he's like, you had the money to take care of these things and you chose to spend it on raising your pays and raising salaries and expanding, you know, various interests that do not benefit the public. And so he became disenfranchised with a lot of that. Now that could just be very specific, right, to what he experienced for sure. But it made me more... I think it made me more thought, made me put some more thought into some of that. Because yeah, he put all that money into it, and then and then a lot of one of the places he actually talked about, I think, got torn down and condemned because it was so derelict and unkept for so long. So it's weird. It's, you know, I wonder in some circles or ways, does that have something to do with it? For some people. They get disenchanted with the idea of helping for specifically those particular reasons. What can I do here? No. That's not useful. Yeah, well, yeah, education and corruption has always been the problem. Like, people ask me about immigration, being that I live on a border state, and my stance is always, I believe that the bureaucracy needs to get better. And until the bureaucracy gets better, nothing's going to get better.
Let me show you what I've learned.
And it needs to be more efficient, and it needs to be more efficient not just on the US side, but in other countries. I actually had a student of mine whose family's from India, and they had to be deported because, not because of the US, but because India could not get their paperwork done fast enough. Like, they gave, in the US, they were given multiple year extensions because it was nothing that the family did wrong. However, the Indian government still couldn't get it done, I guess, is what happened. And because of that, it was like they had to go back, and they were devastated when they had to go back, but they had to go back. And I look back at that, and I'm like, bureaucracy. To me, I'm a big advocate for making better bureaucracy, trust me. I think a lot of what's wrong in the world is the lack of good bureaucracy. The more I think about it.
Use this.
So that would be something I would like to see improve, you know, across the world.
Repent.
It's just finding better ways to fix bureaucracy.
Low, rigid weight.
And my whole stance with education is don't teach new stuff until you can actually teach the old stuff properly. I hate to say that to people, but it's like we teach so much stuff poorly that the basics get forgotten in lieu of newer things. I'm not going to mention those things because those are very, very touchy subjects for a lot of people. But my stance is before you can even consider doing that, you got to fix what you have first. And that's just not what's happening. So it's a whole mess. That's definitely for sure.
Nice grip. Come on then.
Just not really what I thought. Okay.
Thinking time.
Anyway, well, I guess we'll get off that subject. I need to check out what that is again.
Rise, fierce blue.
Corruption, I'm right there with you. It's a big bad deal. Oh.
I need a plan. I call upon the miracle of peace.
Oswald. Now then. Together now.
Me as well.
Set my mind to. Bye-bye. Right. Go on then.
Oh dear. Flames burn bright. Mark.
Go on then.
Where was I? Repent. Low, rigid weight.
All right.
do that.
Calculations complete.
He'll hit the hardest, so. Now let's just do damage. Boss is almost dead. Be kind of dumb not to use that build up here now when the boss is in the red.
Here we go.
I know. How does she do it and not topple over?
Come on then.
And she's down.
I'm hungry.
All right, Arm. Take care, bud, and hope you come by again. And always fun when you're here. Always entertaining when you're around.
I failed.
Always have neat things to talk about.
You wish to give her a moment in the spotlight, I see. You are too kind. Take a moment to catch your breath, Veronica. I must confess, you put on quite the show. There is something special.
Like I'm really good
about
at
you,
kicking
Agnia.
butt.
Something rare that not all dancers have. You have a glow about you.
Dulcinea, stars are meant to...
Put smiles on people's faces, yes? What nonsense. I danced to prove myself to the world, to gain the people's recognition. I thought only of my own happiness. You're Kwani's daughter, aren't you? I suppose you're faithfully following her teachings, then.
I am.
You're such a fool! Though I cannot deny even the smallest bit of interest in you.
Is this an invitation? The Festival of Grace.
It's the main event of the Grand Gala. Very few dancers have the privilege of performing in it. We can settle this there. The crowd will decide which of us is the true star.
That's fine with me.
She's gonna rig it, and that's gonna expose how she
I
got
look
to the top.
forward
Come
to
on.
it already. Until then, I leave this little heap of huts in your hands. We're leaving, Veronica. Tonight's show was brought to you by me, Dulcinea Lucille. I shall await you on the stage.
Whatever you say, psycho bitch. Whatever you say.
Dulcinea's gone. I can't thank you enough, miss.
I'm just glad everyone's all right.
Oh no! Look! Mother's statue. It's in pieces. our hope.
Lila!
What's wrong with all of you? Don't you get tired of being gloomy all the time?
What are you talking about, Lila?
If you're looking for hope, it's right here. I'll be your new hope.
Lila.
Meeps is dancing. She's dancing.
Lila! She's dancing. I can't believe it.
Ouch! Lila!
Whoa. Whoa!
Thank you, Agnia. You helped me discover something important. Were you able to find something too?
I was. I found...
Power of determination.
Really? I'm glad it wasn't just me then. When I dance, my heart feels warm. All the bad thoughts in my head disappear. And I'm filled with happiness.
Those are beautiful words, Lila.
From now on, I'm going to share this happiness with the whole town.
Thank you, Lila.
Again? What are you thanking me for?
I should get going.
Agnia!
Lila. Let's meet again someday.
That's a promise, Agnia. See you soon!
Neeps, if you're there, I'm wondering if I should just stay up now. It's already 12:35. In the town of Sai, Agnia uncovers the memories of her mother left behind. Superstar despairs of the past while the young girl hopes for the future. Young dancer keeps their stories close to her heart. She makes her way to the grand blah blah. So Agnia's story is moving along quite nicely. $45. So yeah, it looks like a lot of characters' final chapters are 39 maybe to 45. So, oh boy. We still got to get Oswald to level 36 for his. She's 45 as well. So, Particio is at 35, which is just not going to fly. That's something we could go towards to level characters up, is that, because the Cavern of the Waves is too dangerous. Cavern of the Moon and Sun is too dangerous. Just looking at some of these locations here, 31 and 26, too weak. Yeah, a lot of this is not going to get us there. So, I guess we've not been there. Oh, the other thing too is we need to unlock these other cities anyway. So what we'll do is we'll take Particio with us. Because we have to. Straight up. We need to take Agnea out anyway. Or Particio. Inventor class is too good to pass up. All right. $45. Yeah. I think our best bet might be to unlock these towns. So let's do that to get Oswald and Particio to the proper level, as well as Ochette, because she's only at 36 and she thinks she needs to be at 37 to do hers. Hikari has to be at 39, but it goes back to what I said earlier. Once Ochette reaches that, we can bring Hikari in. 36 and 37, yeah, so we can bring Hikari in and put Ochette that way, in that situation, and then we'll be good there. So yeah, we just got to get Ochette one more level, and it'll all work out in the end. Because I figure if I'm going to stay up, I could do this, at least. Totally missed this. The other option, too, is I call it a night and I'll get like 3 hours of sleep and then have to wake back up and come back and take, you know, a couple more hours of sleep. I don't know. I gotta think about it.
Come on then.
Fire. Burn.
Here goes. Catapult, go, go, go! Very well. Smite them. Exactly how it's done. Oh, goodness. What a tantrum that was.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let me unlock this town and we'll save in that new town, I think. No, you know what? We'll call it. We'll call it entirely. Well, I don't want to see. Here's the thing I'm worried about is if I don't unlock these places, I guess I can unlock them and explore them. Try to unlock some other stuff. My concern is mainly if I unlock these places. I guess that would take maybe a short stream. I'll stream a bit tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night. We gotta cancel the chairman of the board show anyway. I gotta remember to do that tomorrow. So I will cancel the chairman of the board show tomorrow night anyway, due to my mother needing surgery. I'm gonna be having surgery done rather. Or you know, in that way I can get some sleep. It's quite the threat. I wonder if we can get lucky. Yeah, nothing of interest to anyway. I'll make my way to the next town, and if it's too strong or it requires a higher level, then I will definitely go to the nearest town and save. Because when we go to the area that leads us to the town, and it's like level 40, well, that's too high to easily wade through. So. Level 45. Okay, so we can't even take that trail right now without it being a shit show. So my stance is very clear now. Let's go to Tropu Hopu. And then what I'll do is I will grind in a dungeon that's out in the water. Level 38 is the requirement. That'll get most characters to either the levels they need to be or more. Let me double check Hikari here. I think he's... Okay, hold on. Let me go heal. Ari's 35, and he needs to be 39. So I guess optimally we just take characters to level 40-ish. No, I need to take them to 45. excluding maybe Hikari and there was one other. But I may as well grind at this point for 10 levels, roughly. Because once I hit 40 with these characters, then I can go and start unlocking the towns. Because we'll just be 4 levels or 5 levels under the level requirement. Meaning we'll probably be fine, though the battles will be tricky or difficult, but we should be able to handle it. And actually, once I level up, I could do Particio, Ochette, and Temenos' stories if I can reach that area of the world map. See, I haven't really checked yet. Because everything here is level 37, so I'd have to leave to the Montwise Pass and go north. And then hopefully we can reach this town. So this could be a level 40 area. But I think I'm going to have to get characters to at least that before we can objectively continue. And then the same with going down here, you know, to get to the chapter 5s here. Again, I'm not sure if chapter 4 is the final chapter of these stories, so there's also that I got to consider too. But definitely we should tackle the Nameless Isle to level up in at 38. So we're close to that anyway. And the characters who are level 34 will level much more quickly. Once we hit about 38-ish, then we'll traverse and do some... I'll traverse around maybe in the next stream and unlock stuff as we go. So yeah, I think this is a good place to stop for right now. I will do one last thing, which is go to that dungeon really quick with the current party. Because there's usually places to save in those dungeons as soon as we get there. Why do you sleep with your eyes open like that sometimes? That's so creepy. That's so creepy. But she is adorable. And I gotta set my alarm and We'll keep close to the to the dock if we can. I would even argue we explore this island too. Curious to see what we get for XP really quick.
The hunt is on.
They're like little tribal rat people. Aww.
Yeah, they must die. Fire. Burn.
My prey awaits. Come on then.
Here goes.
Where was I? Blaze on, oh sacred flame. Is that the spot?
Let's go. Come on then. All right.
Not better than the bow that we have.
I'm just getting warm. Take this, how's that?
They're not super tough.
Time to divvy up the earnings.
I might say we need a stronger place than this, but we can explore this dungeon, I think, next time. For what it's worth. Probably even some cooler stuff deeper in. So we will stop here for tonight. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Studios for more live gaming action. Because when we come back, we will have more Octopath Traveler 2 for you. I'm hoping to, at least by tomorrow, level, get all the characters kind of caught up. I'll grind myself, and this might mean that I have to explore somewhere we haven't been yet, unfortunately. I'll worry about that juncture when we get there. Like, I might have to go up to Stormhail or Mary Hills, and probably Stormhail, to gain levels, because I'm not sure about some of these other locations that we've unlocked, giving us much in the XP department. Could also go up this way and see what's up here. Anything that kind of will put us at that level 40 range would be optimal. I still have some hope for this area to level in, so hopefully that won't let us down. So, anywho, that's 34. Yeah, I'm not gonna level much there. So with that said, what's this? 31. Yeah. Still looking. Yeah, it's not going to get better. So I either have to travel up to Stormhail and see if the XP up there is pretty good. And if not, we are going to be here on this island here, leveling characters to roughly 40. That should get us through these new regions that we have not traversed yet, that are arguably in that level 45 range. There's also a cave over here that maybe we could check out. That might be worth it as well. With that said, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.